Hi again, it's me, your friend. I'm here today to code? Yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing today. Some coding and some art. Yeah, we're gonna kind of pick up from where we left off last time. And yeah, had to shut down my computer today because it wasn't picking up my D drive, but it's back now, which means I can access the repository, which means I can get back to doing some good work. We're gonna be using the Ergodox keyboard today just because, I don't know, that's what I feel like, but I feel the call of the IBM keyboard in the back of my mind. It's back there, it's been calling me, and I feel that sometime soon we're gonna be doing something with it. Hope you guys enjoy a little, I don't know, that little key progression. And that little, like, I don't know, man. I kind of like the idea of having some kind of intro. But for now, it is here simply as an Easter egg for those who watch live, or not live, who watch not in a live stream, but posthumously. That sounds bad. That sounds like someone died. No, it's for video watchers. I'm not sure if you guys enjoy it, but at least it's something. It's an Easter egg. Anyways. Without further ado, though, I'm going to put on the jam mix today. We're going to be going... I'm going to play some stuff from my upbeat playlist, but maybe I might just... maybe I might just switch to the chill track early. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, without further ado, I'm just going to press start. Come on. Don't do this to me. Here we go. And I probably should have actually done some additional things here. Like, I don't know, maybe start up Unity. Such a good track, dude. I love this music. Alright, let's just get Unity up and running first, and then we shall move on to the game's development, shall we? We're probably gonna do some pixel arting starting off today. We got that little door movement thing happening, which is pretty cool. That was really cool, actually. It just worked in one shot, so I was like, alright. Maybe I might have a little skill. Maybe I might be a little good sometimes. Sometimes I might be a little nice with it. Not always, but that one time it was. It was nice. Yeah, I think after this track I might just switch CDs to something chill. I'm in a mood for something relaxing and chill today. Alright. So, let's just take a look at what we have here. It's kind of nice having this radio on my desk. I've been listening to radio more than the actual tracks or anything while I'm working. And it's been kind of interesting because I realize we kind of lost something cool with, I mean, we haven't lost anything, but I forgot how kind of cool it is to just use a radio station and just taking whatever music is there, or just like looking around and seeing what's, ooh, that's not good. Oh, it's because we haven't set a checkpoint. But also just going to random channels and seeing what's going on there. Like I found this, this Ukrainian radio station, and the music there was actually like, there were bops, dude. It was kind of crazy, back to back. I was like, sheesh, this is some good stuff, man. All right, I need to actually, here we go. So we have our little sprite that we started on last time, and then we have this door rotating as a door should. And we're gonna have to make this a two-sided thing and get rid of the collision box on it, but not collision box, the collision mesh. But we have a door and doors. It does the door thing. So we're gonna make just the door look a little bit better. What's up, Shrishandi family? Good to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. Okay. I'm gonna stop the CD right here because I really want to have something a bit more chill today. Today I'm more chill oriented for whatever reason, whatever it is. And I need to make some more playlists. 1 second. Or more burn some more CDs. We'll get to that eventually. Hopefully you guys don't grow tired of these mixes. I haven't, but I have a few mixes in the work. Just to have something different in the background as I do my things. Yes. This one shall be the one. Door! Yeah. Yeah, we have Door. Terrell, my boy. Any chance you could donate a few bucks to me getting a mic if it's not all good and love? I don't know you. But question though, important question. Why? Like, what is your idea? What you want to do with that kind of mic? Second of all, what kind of mic are we looking at? Because mics are I like horoscopes. I don't like any of that kind of stuff. But I think the closest thing I can find to a horoscope to me is microphones and people's choices in microphones. But even then, it's not exactly a science. I'm gonna keep this flat and just boost this a little bit. Nice. Oh, on break. Yo, what up? It's good to see you, man. Hope your break is going good, man. Hope you're enjoying the time you have to chill. That sounds very ominous. Hope you enjoy your break, alright? I was about to say, I hope you enjoy the time you have left, but I was like, that makes it sound as if you don't have that much time left. Okay, let me find the door real quick. Or actually, I should just go into the scene and look for it. Yeah, she's right there. She's right there. That door right there. 1 second. Hey, what's up, Anuska? Good to see you. I'm on or Logitech mic. Quite a setup, my friend. What's going on? What's up, Arthur? Nothing much. We're just doing some game deving right now. Just doing some game deving. We made a door. That's crazy. And my illustrious programming career, the height of all that I've done is making door. And as we make door, we need to make... Let's start just doing this real quick. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of this mesh collider. You're not important. You're not needed here. Do you work for a gaming company or are you just making your own game spare time? Yeah, it's spare time. I have a day job. Coding. I enjoy it. I've learned a lot from it. And, I like the work that I do for it. I think it's meaningful work. But we just go home and, some may have hobbies, like playing games or going to events or going to the chess club. We just work on a game. We just work on this game. That's just what we do. I enjoy it. Okay. I think what we're gonna do is yoink this, duplicate it. I'm gonna rename this a door frame. And then we're just gonna name this a door. So you can make this more, oh my goodness, it's the same JPEG. Can you believe that, Bobby? It's the same JPEG. Oh no, it's not. It's just opening up in a separate, why must you do this to me? You can't be doing this to me. Do you know what I've sacrificed? Hey, what's up, Priyansa? Why don't you make a character that's named Anuska, who is like the sweetest person in the game? I'll make a character who's Anuska, who's like the main antagonist and is the reason why everything has gone wrong. Anuska will be it's not like, there's characters who have sympathetic backstories. And it's like, oh my goodness, they're bad, but it's not their choice. She didn't mean to be bad. She didn't have to be bad. No, this Anuska is just this person who's just bad. We all know. It's like, what was it? The guy with the pie in the boots, the The Boots. What was it? The Boots movie? I forgot what. Why am I forgetting his name? It's from Shrek. It's the same universe. I want to say Kiss and Boots, but that's not Kiss. It's I don't know. What keyboard would you recommend? Need a replacement for a UH key. What's a UH key? I'm just using an Ergodox. Your setup's so clean. Thank you. Also, what's up, Echo? GTA 5 Pacifist. So two's hard. In one mission trying to do that. Oh, okay. Is this the Wii Weather Channel? Yeah, it was at some point. Universal cool. What's good? You have no valid opinions about what specifically? Are very smoothing. Thank you, Pixel Guy. That's the goal we have going on here. What's that tool for sprites? It's called Sprites. It's a very great pixel art program. I've used it for a lot of great pixel arting in my something years, decade, if not more. You're so mean. I'm sorry, man. What can I do? That's not Farquad. What do you do? I'm making a game. Skivity. What is this? What is this brain rot you're putting out here, George? You live in the absolute butt crack of America, Guy 11. This guy's got skills you'll never. Wait, who are you talking to? I'm missing the context here. Sorry, Kevin. I was defending you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. He called you a dork. It happens. Hey, man. That just sounded. You just. That's nostalgic for me. That just reminds me of middle school, dude. That just reminds me of middle school, dude. It's great. Good times, man. I still remember when, like, I were asking about, I was in math class and they were asking about units of measure. And I mentioned, like, the conversion between the kilobyte to megabyte. And, like, everyone started laughing at me, like, this freaking nerd. Nerd alert. Nerd alert. My poor teacher, she was like, no, guys, he could be in the future. This is important stuff. And, you know, kind of it is. But also kind of isn't. It's so weird. It's like now technology is so prevalent, but it's like also, you know, memory is so cheap that people don't really care about that. Good times. What kind of game are you making, bro? Bro's brain rot's following me. Let me show you the game we're making. Bye, thank you, Echo. Thank you for defending my honor. Nice setup. Thank you, Artie. Game you're making? That's an actual game. Any Easter egg ideas? No idea yet. No idea. I mean, I probably have a few. But we shall see. Yes. This is the game we're making. It's okay, first of all, let's just do something real quick. Because I realize that I don't have cursor locking right now and I want to have it again. I kind of need cursor locking to look around the game. I kind of feel like playing a game. I kind of want to play some Ape Escape on the original PlayStation 1. I have the means to do it, but I don't know if I want to futz around with that today. Okay, let's go to the player. Let's go down in here. I should really start. I'm legitimately thinking about, like, I should probably start memorizing certain line numbers for different classes because I go to these line numbers so frequently. Where are you at? What am I doing? I could just type cursor and it'll take me to, yep, commented out code. Now we can press play and I can see more of the level. Good to see you. Hey, VG, it is good to see you, sir. Yeah, no brain rot jokes to him because he's way too old. Old white box computer. I'm not old, and why do you say I'm old? I'm an adopter of this. It's weird. It's like I like this technology not because I was born in the era where this is appropriate, but I think because like I grew up with like old, outdated stuff for the time. So this is what I worked with. Not this specifically, but stuff akin to it. Okay, now we can actually look around and see stuff in the game and optimizations. There's a crazy, so I was thinking, I low key, and this is me just being like, I just want to do cool things. I kind of want to start implementing dynamic gravity. So there can be levels where like the gravity is like here for one section and maybe somewhere else, or have it be dynamic where it's like a small sphere like Mario Galaxy. I don't know, I just want to implement something cool like that. Oh. I'm glad to see my level transition stuff is working correctly. Though the lighting's a bit busted here. It's okay. It's because I refactored how lighting works. I should probably work on this item system stuff today too. Or this cast lighting thing as well, but we'll deal with that later. I forget how good these textures are. Like, for as simple as they are, they work pretty dang well. Who doesn't make Hera so annoying? I'm sorry. Of Linux are you using? Just Ubuntu. Process of making it, yes. Born bro, I was 99. I'm not gonna reveal my, I don't want to dox myself. But I'm in the neighborhood. I'm in your neighborhood. Side profile. Are you seeing my side profile? No! I'm supposed to be, I mean, okay, if I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm like been doing this, like people have face reveals. I'm having the opposite of that. I'm having a face take back. Like I used to stream a bunch, or do shorts where it was just a face cam and all that stuff. And maybe I'll do a stream like that again. Like maybe I'll do a normal stream one day just so you can see the contrast of how I used to do things versus like how I'm doing stuff now. But yeah, now I'm like, my face isn't important. The only things really of value here are this and then maybe my voice. Honestly, I'd rather show this stuff off too. Oh man. We'll see, man. This air high five I'm giving you for your amazing skill set. Thank you, VG. Implemented. Secured. Against me for what? And are you on a Lenovo IdeaPad laptop? That's kind of wild. That goes into game is phenomenal. You're taking hundreds of thousands of lines of code. Yeah, I mean it's weird, man. But it's like, it's kind of impressive how digging a hole is, where it's like you start with a couple of shovels and then like you go to a beach and you start digging a hole with your hand, and then maybe you pull out a little bucket and then a dude sees you're digging a hole and he joins and does that. It's just kind of like that. Like you just keep digging the hole, dude, and eventually you have a big hole. Eventually you have like this big ecological disaster that's gonna wipe out the wildlife there, and you get to look at it and be proud of like, yep, I did that. That pond, that's not a pond anymore. That became part of this river and now it's getting emptied and it's gonna destroy all the ecosystem there. I did that, and you get to be proud. Oh man. What was I doing? Oh right, I was gonna make things a little bit prettier because I think caring about form is also important and not just function, contrary to what many people may say. Yeah, you were gonna close, you don't save. I'm gonna open a file in this same general location. Where are you saving to? You're just in level assets? Okay. Just probably change that, but one thing at a time. We're gonna do a huge project cleanup because I want to get this game to under 700 gigs or 700 megabytes. I want to make a really tight, lean game. I want it to fit on the disk. Level assets. Okay. And where's T-Door? Where's my T-Dog? Door. Oh, I was looking for door frame. And that was the answer here. I was looking for door frame. Here we go. Beautiful. What's up, Kilua? Has anybody tried those golden sriracha Dorito chips? Alright, see you, Echo. A grapefruit like an apple? What are you talking about? Echo, I feel like I keep stumbling onto like this, like I keep stumbling onto this out of context thing that you're saying. Sriracha Dorito chips? No, I haven't though. I feel ASMR. Yeah, I have a tag for a reason. It kind of started off a little unintentional, and I just started adding it just because I was like, you know what? I think the things we're doing here are kind of ASMR-y. And yeah, before I realized it, we kind of I guess I've stumbled onto being a pseudo ASMR channel without intending to. It is what it is. So cozy. He doesn't even read chat. I read chats. Why get out? Why are you accusing me? You're putting all these accusations here. You're saying things that frankly hurt me a little bit. Frankly, I feel a little hurt. My feathers a little jostled, a little ruffled. But it's okay. But it's not okay. But it's okay. I'm gonna say it's okay. Alright, what was I? You know, let me just take a second. Let's take a beat. Just go into Krita. And we're gonna find out if my tablet actually is configured. If not, we're gonna have to do that little fun stage of the stream where I have to reconfigure my tablet because things don't work as they intend to. Here, oh, we lost our. Get out of here, dude. No, I don't want to save it. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. You don't know what you're talking about. Ideas. Did I just lose all my work? Like, what happened here? Why is this gone? No, get out of here. Okay. It is okay. We'll just sketch with this. Alright, moment of truth. Does my tablet pen is... Nope, it's not configured correctly. At least it's not like a deal breaker with Windows where it's like you can't reconfigure it. At least this here I can actually reconfigure it. I just have to remember... what am I doing? Okay, this is the command I have to use. What am I doing? I should be using the IBM. Yeah, we're gonna do like this. Nope. Work with me. Work with me. Copy. Okay, beautiful. And I'm gonna just guesstimate. I'm gonna say this. Hey, first try. Beautiful. Yes, kill that process, yeah. Cool. I'm gonna sketch just the idea of what this is gonna be like. What this door shall appear like. Just so I have a better understanding of how light's gonna even behave with this. Because it feels weird because I'm not sure how this door occupies space and how I'm gonna project it. So I'm gonna do like this in general. Maybe do a couple of different door iterations to try it out and see how it feels. Ayo, Morgan. Hello, how are you? I'm doing very well, Morgan. It's good to see you here. I still have to do the FAQ channel that you mentioned, because that's such a good idea, actually. What is this app? I'm using Krita and I'm using Aseprite for the pixel art. What's up, default artiste? To double tap the screen. Oh, you know what? It would be cool. They used to exist, those light pens where you can draw onto the screen directly. It would be cool if they still did that kind of thing. Anyone to write? Hold up there, partner. What's going on? In the cabin for more people. Yeah, plenty of bunk beds. Which, by the way, guys, we have a little Discord server. Not only for dev updates and for the playtesting we're gonna be doing, but also, you know, if you have questions for me or stuff like that, or looking for help or any of that kind of thing, I don't know, or resources. I think it's a pretty good place for that kind of thing. See, I was initially thinking of doing something like this, but if I try doing blocks, like if the cross section of the side profile is gonna look something like blocks like this, maybe with a beveled edge, I have to make it be leaned over a little bit so we can show the top. But if we're not gonna do that kind of projection, like if we do something akin to this, there's like one option where you do this. I don't know if you can see the idea. Where the front projection is there, and we kind of have the top, but it's kind of leaned forward. The only thing is that looks kind of weird, because the viewing angle of this asset is not going to be from the top, where you can see the top and the front of this, which is why it looks ambiguous and weird right now, why I'm kind of having a weird time shading it, because it's like, I don't know what I'm trying to convey here. So the other option is like, you can make this kind of rounded, a rounded cross section, or rounded and like have a hard edge in the inside, and have segments be done that way. Because then there's like a gradient. Instead of having a hard cut off here in color, it's gonna be more softer. Might still be a bit odd. But hey, we can start with something simple like that, or we can just do a wooden frame too. That's also an option. Maybe something kind of elvish, where it's just like bent wood, and you can do like little decals. Okay, let's try doing better than that. Like vines or something going up here. So many options. Something very simple looking instead of... The only thing I want to use stone is because it's kind of like an exterior. And usually stone is kind of indicative of like this being an external kind of place you're going to, but... Ideas. This feels too squared though. That's for sure. You're a wonderful... No, that's real love. What's going on? Do you recommend what software app making pixel art? I'm trying to make a game. Aseprite's my go-to. Aseprite's my one true love in life. My old reliable. Let me open up my Steam, so you can see how many hours I have on Aseprite. Work in Linux? Yeah, they do. They require a little like config, but it's fine. I'm using the Wacom Linux. It's working good. Mail slot on the door? Maybe. Yes, Wacom should work on Linux. Jumped about 90 watchers from just a few likes. Oh, thank you, Pixel Guy. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Pixel Guy. Thank you. No, I don't want no deals. I'm a man who does not like deals. I don't want no Borderlands 4. Get this out of here. Oh, and it does a thing where it's like too big to have to actually move it around. So I can close it. Here we go. Yeah, I've been using Aseprite like literally professionally for a hot minute. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I have like 16,000 hours, and keep in mind this is when I started using the Steam app to do this. I have more than this when I was just using the standalone application without Steam. So I really like my Aseprite. I think my Aseprite is pretty cool, man. I really like me some Aseprite. Alright, we're gonna try something a little bit different. We're gonna do a little geometric definition for this shape, because I don't like eyeballing it like this. It feels a little too haphazard, if you feel me. So we're gonna do a little ellipse tool. Lewis. A little ellipse tool. I could do this and produce an ellipse that's like half the size, which I guess would be correct, but I think I want to have something a bit more upward, straight up. So I think we're gonna do, I'm gonna put a symmetry tool on. We're gonna bisect it in half here, and then we're gonna be bringing this joint down like so. That feels much better, much better. And then we're gonna define the bevel for this. So we're just gonna do a little like that, and then a little down like that, and we're gonna see if it's too thick or thin, and adjust accordingly. Boop, 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 boop. And we shall either find glory or ruin. This feels a little too, this needs to be thicker on the edges here to match the top. But also, this feels a little too narrow. So maybe instead of making the sides thinner, I'm gonna make this a little bit thinner. Instead of making the sides thicker, I'm gonna make the top thinner. That's gonna be our concession we make. Like so. This feels odd here, so I'm just gonna that. Bada bing, bada boom. And maybe, just maybe, we make this slightly wider. No, not that wide. Just 1 pixel, thank you. And then this guy, 1 pixel. Beautiful. And then we can use this as our base for drawing the rest of this shape. And now it feels more purposeful because we start with a geometric definition of this, and then we can go from there. Before we commit, let's also go in game and see how it looks. Do you play shooting games by any chance? I do play some shooting games. I used to play... It's so bizarre. I have like 700 hours in Krunker, which is like a really weird shooting game. It's not like what most people think of, but you can go super fast in that game with like a good execution, and it lets you kind of be like this little crackhead. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but that's like, like you can go stupidly fast and then hit people, and then like it requires you to have this very specific muscle memory and control. Every other shooter just feels so slow by comparison. So I used to play like, I tried Apex, and I was like, it's not for me. And then Halo Infinite was pretty fun, but it is what it is. The Finals is the only thing I've still play on occasion. I do enjoy that game. I'm not seeing this here. Why am I not seeing you here? Is it because I saved the wrong asset? This is door. Whoopsie. We should probably save this to door frame. And let's just use a white fill just so I can see this. Okay, that feels appropriate. Like, I mean, if it was on the floor, I think this would be the right size for the player. It actually kind of looks like you're just walking in. It's actually pretty sick. I need to make this a two-face renderer though, or just have another quad on there facing another opposite direction, but okay, I feel good with that. He do get lost in the sauce. I'm sorry. Oh, without him practicing what our ancestors would consider witchcraft and him reading my dumb comments, he wouldn't get more followers or fans. By the way, Pixel the Live has 31 likes right now. Imagine what would... Oh, I appreciate you guys looking out for that kind of thing. VG, witchcraft is real, gaming is fiction. Nah. The only thing I know that's real is GCC and Vim. Honestly, guys, everything I'm doing here, this is garbage. This is garbage. What is actually real is, I don't know, making a directory, call it, I don't know, ancestors, go in there, and then within there you're gonna type in vim, not even vim, we're gonna do vi main.cpp. Nah, what am I doing? CPP? Nah, we're just gonna use C, dog. Go in there, you do your int main, start making your game. Have your public function that says, I don't know, not public function, there's no such thing as public. You're gonna have your function that says, do the game. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna do a while. Oh, you know, this is rookie stuff now. We're gonna do a for loop. And then, what are you gonna do? You're gonna do like print F or something. Game. And then, I don't know, include, what was it, IO stream? I forgot what it was. Is it iostream.h? Can I just use without the stdio? I forgot what it is for C. Either way, you're gonna do that, and then you're gonna do GC. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Willis? I have an input file. No, wait. Game. Oh, wait. I typed it wrong. Oh, it's stdio. That's the thing I'm missing. That's the thing I'm missing. Pretty sure it's that, right? There we go, guys, and we have game. Then all you do is type game, and look at that, we have game, guys. We have game. This is the answer. This is what peak performance looks like. No IDEs, no game engine, none of that. All right, we just have a good old-fashioned ding dang game, dude. That's exactly it. That's how we do it, dude. Are you on Instagram so I can follow you? Yeah, I have Instagram. It should be Cozy Cabin Games on all the socials. Of SDL. I made some game in C using it. Yeah, SDL is a great library. It's a great library. Apple Vision Pros will take your vision. No eye protection. God, I hate it. Working on the Vision Pro was such a pain, dude. Like, on the one hand, I'm kind of sad that it died because there's some work I was doing on it, but at the same time, I'm like kind of happy because the less I have to deal with Apple, the better, and the less I have to deal with like weird proprietary crap with the Vision Pro. I'm like, ugh. Vision Pro takes like what little I enjoyed about working with Unity and then said, hey, what if we just get rid of it? No HLSL shaders, just shader graph. You know, no access to compute. None of that. There you go, guys. Should I make this, or do I need to make this a repository so you too can modify this game engine we just made right now? Gosh, I actually feel so tempted to do the ASCII engine. I've been wanting to do it for a while. I've been thinking about it a little bit, but I have to hold myself from actually. I want to get a game done. Getting a game done sounds like a great idea. I should do that someday. Yeah, maybe we should do that. Maybe. But nah, that's for chumps. 10-4? For using that CRT, or is it just as a decoration? It's not even decoration. It's the main reason, man. That's the main reason I do anything, dude. It's a conscious choice. It's a requirement. It's good old fun. It's great for the retinas. The retinas love this. Honestly, I'm thinking about just making this wood. I'm gonna be real with you. I think we're just gonna keep it simple dimple. And I think I'm just gonna make the door first, and then I'll separate it out into these two parts after the fact. And this is reasonably low res, so I'm like, I can't even get too crazy with the ace brighting here. I get to just kind of be a little bit, be a little conservative with the attention or detailing we do here, which is all good. And maybe we'll do some additional flourishes or something, like have some vines wrap around. Let's get the fill and the ambient lighting color. The ambient light is where you add all the sauce. The sauce comes from the ambient light color you use. It's like a horoscope. It tells me what kind of person you are. What kind of person you're trying to be. Do I even need this? Do I even need that much detail here? I don't even have that much real estate to really do too much. If I'm gonna be honest with you. We'll get there though. We'll do something. Alright, let's think through this. Let's think through this. I have to make a decision if I'm gonna make this transparent or not too. And we'll figure it out. I love the colors lighting in your video setup. Thank you. What are you using? Or just a room lighting? No, I have I'm using like a Govee light here and then a Govee light, not a Govee light, but just a light LED light strip here just to add fill and contrast. I played around with a bunch of different setups to try to get nice lighting, but yeah, this is kind of what I settled on. Now I still want to play around a bit more with it because I'm just a natural fiddler. And I just simply cannot be content with just letting things lie as they are. And then I need to start preparing the Christmas setup. I have a whole Christmas tree I used to stream with here, but the thing is, that's when I used to have the camera facing towards me, so you can see it in the background. So I want to. I like the festivity, and I still want to have that here. So I'm figuring out some way to have like to keep that. Either use that tree or just do desk decorations or something to do that, and that also entails lighting. So we shall see. We shall see what we do, and if we shall, she shells by the seashore. Honestly, like I should. Yeah, this is like. I should really be duplicating a lot of the things I'm doing here already. It's on the other side. But yeah, I have like a bunch of different light stuff, and then I have some other ideas for potential lighting tools I can use to get different effects and get more pop in this lighting, but yeah, we'll see. We'll figure it out. We'll experiment, see what works and what doesn't, and simply go from there. That is simply all one can do. Why don't you add your music as your ambient music? I don't have much ambient music, if I'm gonna be real with you. I don't have very much ambient music. Awesome retro looking setup. What is the pixel art software called, and what Linux config is this distro? Gabriel, this is Aseprite. I'm using Ubuntu, using i3 and PyCom for the window compositing. It's a pretty good setup. I do enjoy it, if I don't say so myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pixels. And this has 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we simply move this up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Okay. Do I like this? Do I feel it achieves what I want it to achieve? Yeah. Okay, this is where we go into the illustration and see. So right now this is like doing this wrap thing, which is fine on certain occasions, but I think it feels a little too strong. I want to have a softer angle like this that feels less tightly coiled and more natural and organic shaped. So that's what we're gonna go for. Let's also move. Yes, I can go between these two guys. Yes. Perfecto. We must kill our darlings. Tragic but necessary. If you wish to achieve greatness, or at least so I can sleep well at night. Let's see how well this translates to let's see how well this translates to this resolution, because sometimes there's shapes you just can't quite get perfectly with the resolutions you wish to use. There's also the question of maybe make this asymmetrical as well, but we will see. First thing I do is like press the like second thing I say hello, because I know I'll be learning something from the stream. Oh, I'm glad you think that, Kieran, that you're going to be learning. That's a very, very nice notion. Me teaching? That's crazy. We're all so cool. Thank you, person with the sword in your name. A future AAA Tokyo. No worries, Aurora. Yeah, very sweet. Thank you. Let's mod Morgan. Can I mod Morgan? Is that a thing I have power to do? Is it like Twitch where they have mods? I'll add as moderator. All right, Morgan, you're deputized. In fact, if I mod you, I'm gonna mod someone else. I'm gonna mod my boy Terrell. If I can find him in stream. He might be out of his lunch break. But yes, you have been officially deputized. Now we can start a united front against the average man, the average enjoyer of cozy content. Let's copy paste. Yeah, I really need to. Yeah, we're gonna make a bot one day. I'm gonna make a bot. I already started looking at the documentation for YouTube's APIs. So I think we might have a stream where I just do that. I just want to deal with the secret stuff first, so I can have it hashed away in a safe place where no one can see it. You know what? I think we're putting too much thought into this. I think I'm just going to keep this as a simple door for now. And as we get more... Because as you get more into making the levels and all this stuff, you start... At least for me, it's kind of a progressive process. I start figuring out what is the lore of this area, what's the deal here, man? Who's doing what and why, and what is the story that's going on here? And then I'll add more precision to the art for this door to better capture what the intention is. Though I still do feel more obliged to make this edge out of stone, but we shall keep this as is. Yeah, I'll still do the vine growing thing. Yeah, and we can make the vines just green so it sticks out more instead of having to have everything be very... So I have this hug the shape more tightly as opposed to what I was doing before. Yeah, that feels good. That feels correct to me. And then a little bit higher here. Yeah, I really want to... There's so many projects I want to do. I think I even remember showing off like a... I think I posted it on my Instagram a long time ago. But I wrote a custom overlay where you people, like the chatters, can interact and have their own avatars. I was gonna do this whole thing where like when you're in the stream, you get like this currency of being there that it's not from like YouTube or anything. It's like a private currency they can use to customize your character and do stuff in stream. Like it was really a robust system I wrote. And then the saddest thing is I wrote it around Twitch. And its APIs which changed and they broke stuff and now it doesn't work. Or I have to use something else, and maybe I'll take a day to like rework it so it works with overlay. Because let me show you. I'm gonna show you. Morning, man. Your stream is an alarm clock. Thank you, Max. I'm glad I'm able to wake you up in the morning and start your day off. Hope you have a good day, Max, and hope you enjoy. Hey, thank you, Adblocker. Hope you enjoy your day and start off with a good foot. Yeah, face reveal, right? Let's see if I can find this, though. Yeah, this is for Crimson Crown. Let's see if I can find this. Yeah, so this was the overlay. And it was reactive in time, so like as the day progressed on my end, yeah, here we go. It would actually change. So it'd go from daytime to nighttime. This is the overlay, and then people would chat and it would pop up here. I'm not sure how well you can see it. And like, come on, go forward.
Idea.
Oh, I'm explaining it in the video, and then it transitions, and then you can see. It was a replacement for OBS for me, or not a replacement, but it kind of replaced a lot of what OBS did because I can capture the screen and had it rendered in game in this overlay, so you can see my screen and camera there, and then I can switch the mode, and people can join in through chat and they control their character, and it was the whole thing. So I think I might try bringing this back because I do like this idea of having it's just that I have to figure out how I'm going to make this work with this vertical overlay that we have going on. But if there's demand for this, I'd like to return to doing this kind of work. Yeah, because this felt way more grounded in the... It made the stream feel, at least to me, as like its own world. And that's what I'm kind of trying to inch towards little by little. Memories. We shall see, though. Messy Mansion? No, it's a overlay for my stream. Humble trying to passing by Cozy Cabin. Yeah, man. By the way, what game he made? I'll show you. Because we're gonna test out this door here, anyways. One second. Did I save it? Yeah, just test this out. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, we don't need this. Let's see how this looks in game. On the ambient music from last night too, brother. Yeah, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna put that back. I'm using the CDs as like a measure of time for myself, so I can kind of not get too lost in the sauce and actually accidentally work until like 5 a.m. Interesting. It appears brighter. But yeah, after this CD, which we're getting close to done with, I'll put on the ambient music. That's cool, man. Please bring it back. Devil, make it so cool and full circle and have this stuff for interaction provides cozy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Can you put back on the... Yeah, we will. That really helped the vibe. Mode ASMR fell asleep to me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad, man. Yeah, it's going to come back soon. I think the way I'm kind of structuring the stream is that I start with a little bit more moderately active music, and then we start bringing it down to more relaxed and ambient stuff. So you start with the energy a little bit higher, and then we bring it down little by little. I wonder why this is so bright. I do find that a bit odd. And then the hinge part is a bit weird as well. But we can deal with that. Let's turn from like there. Let's just actually just throw the door on there too. Oh, it's gonna be the same texture. That's the problem. T-door. Yeah, here we go. So let's configure this material real quick. Okay. We're gonna change this from that to cozy. I don't know. What are we gonna call you? Cozy unlit? Like, or just simply unlit? Because that's what you are. Yeah, we just do unlit texture, transparent cutout. Yeah, there we go. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. And the offset's gonna be a bit weird, but we can eyeball that. We can eyeball that. One big concern is that it feels very bright for what it's supposed to be. And oh, it's a standard surface shader, not an unlit. There we go, that's more accurate now. I was like, why is this looking weird? Oh, that's why. Because it's not actually unlit. I still have hope you will finish it by the next year. Maybe Alucard. Maybe we'll get to. Maybe I'll take a break from, you know, this magnum opus of mine to make just finish a little GTA 6. You know, my little side project. You know, it's not my favorite. It's just whatever. Like, sure, it's gonna be a console-defining thing, but like, you know, I'd rather do my 2.5D game. But I guess one day I'll appease the masses and give the people what they desire, which is a GTA 6 when I feel like it. You know, that's probably how Gabe feels about Half-Life 3. He's like, yeah, you can give it to the people. I just don't feel like it. It's just not on my agenda for today. Today I'm not feeling in a very Half-Life 3 mood. Oh, to be Gaben. That's looking like a nice little vine. That's looking like a sweet little sun-kissed vine. And I think we're gonna do our leaves, style them like this. Or maybe punctuate it with that as a outline or something. I almost feel like this color needs to be a little bit more saturated. Just to like make sense, you know? You know what I'm saying? And then because this is organic matter, I'm gonna have this here too, but it's not gonna be in the same way. It's gonna be in a different kind of, it's gonna be like offset a little bit. Just because I want to have the vines kind of grow, indicate that they're not an architectural thing, they're something that emerged naturally, and as a result, they have asymmetrical orientations, just because that's just what happens in life, you know? That's what happens to a person. This is your brain on nature. Okay. This outline feels way too harsh, but at the same time, it's like, it feels a bit oddly inconsistent to not use that. With a Unity at 720p, but here we're playing at 8. Nah, we're doing 640 by 480, dude. My thing is, that's what we're doing. I had the option for 800 by 600, but nah, we chose 640 by 480, and we're just enjoying our life. Life is good. Life is good. I got work. Glad I ran into you again, bro. Keep it up. Thank you, Chris. It's always good to see you, man. I wish I had a CRT. You can find it for pretty cheap. There's CRTs on Facebook Marketplace that you can totally get and acquire, and then getting the equipment to have it use HDMI is not expensive. It's like $20 at most, $12 on Amazon. I have in the Discord. I have a link there with the exact converter I use. That's been treating me pretty well. Only issue is maybe, depending on your power current in your house, it might be a little wobbly. So what solved that for me was having a little DVR player, or DVD, not DVD, a VHS DVR, and running the video through there, just because you know, I guess it conditions the power in some kind of way. I really don't know. I just know it works, and that's more than enough for me. Okay, let's see how this looks in here. like a week ago, now 4 days, but he's been cooking, and I'm glad to keep running by scrolling shorts. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, dude, shorts is kind of crazy. The channel's blown up beyond my greatest of expectations, just from, like, I guess shorts recommendations. That's what it does. Either way, I appreciate having you guys here, man. Good company, good fun. Oh, this makes sense to have layers, honestly. I can have like the vines be a separate layer. Ooh, that's like the extra sauce thing of having this be layers in front of the door. So there's like it doesn't feel just flat. Like it's still flat planes, but there's some depth to it. That would be pretty cool, actually. Ooh. And just by virtue of being a cool thing, I now have to add that. I now have to implement that. See what's happened here? See what happens? You see how this works? You just get feature creep. But now I like this kind of thing. I think it's important to make even the most mundane things beautiful in some way. Or just, pursue beauty in some kind of way. I don't think we often get to do that very often. But I think it's vital for us as people. Maybe I'll keep this in the background. But yeah, if we're gonna make a door, we're gonna make it the most excellent of doors. Without 3D modeling, because I don't. That's the one thing I don't want to do is 3D modeling. I still want to keep it like just sprites. I'll do a lot of things, just not that. I've done that. I don't want to do that again. All right, we're gonna add some I think we're gonna add some additional colors. Just cause I can. I have the power, I have the will. We can add extra colors to this. Just so I can do stuff like have a secondary color group. So this doesn't feel as harsh. And there's like more transitions between this color group and this color group. Yeah, look at that. Left and right. One's very sharp and immediate. The other one's not as sharp nor immediate. Let me use the IBM mouse. Oh, never mind. I need the middle mouse button. I keep forgetting I need that. I would use this mouse so much more if I can just use the middle mouse click. I have another mouse I can use though. I should probably try that out at some point. I'm sure he would just add it to his channel links in the profile. I should probably do that, VG. Wait, why don't you teach coding? I've done it before. I do mentorships with students at my old university. I still meet up with some students regularly. Or not regularly anymore. They have to like hunt me down, but I still do that. Yeah, but if you guys are interested in that, I'd definitely be down to do some. I know I've been talking about doing a thing on shaders. The thing is, there's so much coding resources already out there. The main thing I think about is like, what am I going to do that's different aside from just explaining it the way I explain things? Yeah, it's like the big consideration I have. If I'm going to spend effort to make some kind of educational content, I'm going to do it right, or at least I'm going to try to do it what I think is right, and I want to make a good quality thing. And I think part of that's just figuring out what is needed that isn't out there already. But I don't know. Maybe we'll just send it. Maybe I'll just do a day and just. either have like a lecture day or a workshop day where we just go through it. But with workshop oriented stuff, it's better to be like not active, it's like adjacent or close to people there, because usually when you're doing a workshop, it's like a step-by-step thing so they can reproduce it themselves, but it's never that easy. People always make little mistakes or get stuck on something, and it requires attention, which I'm not against doing that, but I want to make sure I'm able to equipped to be able to help people out. So I don't know, we're gonna figure something out. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's nice. Okay, we're gonna use brighter color tones here, just because that's where the light's gonna be hitting the most, at the apex of this. Yeah, that's a nice door. That is a nice door. Oh yeah, I like that door. And then here, I'm just gonna do a subtractive process. Talented? I think part of it. Part of it's being blessed with some capabilities. But I think a bigger factor is just time in the kitchen. Just spending a lot of time in the kitchen. A chef with a great sense of taste buds, but no time in the kitchen cooking, it's not gonna be great. The potential is not gonna be realized, that's for sure. Yes, get this out of here. It feels good to be doing pixel art again. I haven't done it in a while. I think I mentioned it last stream too, that I haven't done this in a fat minute, so it's nice going back into it and being like, oh, I haven't lost my touch. I can still make things that look somewhat reasonably nice looking. No. Here we go. Perfect. Now what I can do is yoink this, make a new layer, save this as T door 1 vines. And I think we're gonna be structuring it like this, having things based off of bespoke doors. And we're gonna yoink this. I'm gonna add another quad. And then we're gonna find our T vines. And we're gonna chuck it on here. I said chuck it on here. I said we're gonna chuck it on here. Oh brother, you wanna fight with me? Why do you wanna fight with me? What have I done? What have I done to deserve this? Why do you hate me? Oh, you're cruising for a bruising. See, Linux? Why we gotta do this? I'm just a guy. I'm just a dude. Trying his best. Oh, did I save this as a... Oh, it's not Linux fault. It's my fault. It's my fault. I can't blame them. It's me. I didn't save this as a PNG. Oh, sorry guys. Let me catch up in chat. Let me catch up in chat real quick. Sorry about that. We get lost in the sauce sometimes. Let's see here. Unclear. My cabin now is a lawn chair. the Bear TV series. What's a Bear TV series, Kieran? Hello, groovy friend. Nice to meet you. Hey, Jessica Jones. Hope your day's been kind so far. Yeah, it's been going good today. It's been a very, very. My nieces stayed over last night, and now they left today, and so I got to actually like rest a little bit. I love them, but there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of energy. But that means we have a day to do some game devin. Keep it up, bro. I'm out now. Yeah, thank you, Chris. Right, you have a good one, man. Take care. What games do you play? A lot of like platformers. I mean, not even a lot. There's like a few games I play. I don't play games. Here's the thing. I don't play games very much. Because most of my time is just with this. The few games I do play, it's like I play them over and over and over again. It's like my like polishing a sword type thing. Like I want to get better and better at this thing. So like one of them is Mighty Gunvolt Burst. I play that a lot. Super Meat Boy, been playing that forever. Still not good at it. But we're getting there slowly but surely. Fez, Fez is not one I've beaten. It's just nice to keep going. It's like a Rubik's Cube. It's one of those games where I just keep going to kind of like pick at it. Maybe make some progress, maybe not. Aside from that, there's games that are much more like puzzle games that I'm big into. So like The Witness is good. Braid is also very good. I enjoyed that. I was playing that adventure game that I think Morgan you recommended, or I think my friend Terrell recommended, that point and click adventure game, something World of Coup or something, or The Missing Parts of Coup, of Mr. Coup. I think it's something like that, which I do want to go back to at some point. But I wonder how it's gonna work on this CRT. Here we go, and I can move this, so there's like some kind of I almost want to add a couple different layers to this, like one foreground, one background, so on and so forth. While we're doing this, let me also do something additional here, which is yoink this. We're still gonna do a subtractive process, and we have that door here. We're gonna make this all white. Maybe I'll do a shader on this area, but for now we're gonna keep it simple and just make it white. And boop, boop, boop. Make this better and better little by little. Okay, save that, and then we're gonna do the opposite. We're gonna subtract the. In fact, I can do this using the symmetry tool, can I? Yeah, I should use the symmetry tool for this. For the door frame. Oh no, for the door itself. And I think we reached the end of the CD, guys. Did we? No, we didn't. There's still more. I forgot. I put a lot of tracks on this. The fishing game one. Ragnarok and Skyrim right now. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Out of curiosity, have you participated in an art fight before? No, what is art fight? Sorry, my English. Have you had any aptitude for arts in childhood, or is it a talent that developed later? To be honest, I believe I did have some aptitude at a very young age. Because I remember there's some stuff, I forgot, like in preschool I did something. I drew like Bob the Builder robots, but like the thing that stood out to the teacher is that it had like dimensions. Like for some reason at a young age I had an understanding of dimensions. But here's the thing, like even though I had some aptitude, I was like down here in terms of skill for a very long time, and only until a few years ago did I actually start getting much better at art. Like actually getting significantly better at art, and that was from doing a bunch of different types of studies, and being very, pretty consistent at practicing that. But yeah, that's like, I believe I did have aptitude, but if I just wrote on that, I wouldn't have done any of the stuff I'm doing now, for sure, without actually learning about some practicing and doing fundamental things, which honestly even someone without aptitude, I believe, can pick up. Okay, we have this. I'm gonna also duplicate this and flip it around so we can have both sides on this. So we're gonna do rotation of 180 degrees. I don't know why there's a weird offset and angle rotation right now. That's a bit weird to me, but it's okay. And we're gonna do a little bit of this, that, and this. Oh yeah, ignore that. Let's save this. I believe I already saved it. Yeah, we did. So let's try it out again. Art trading game that's every July. You can choose or be sorted into 2 teams, and the most art you make of characters designed by people on the other team, the more points you earn for your team. Interesting. So the more art you make for characters for people, the more points you earn. So it's like a by volume thing. Okay, that's interesting. Oh god, look at that. Do you see what I'm seeing here? Guys, does this not look magical? Does this not invite you onto a little adventure? I feel invited to a whimsical journey. I might change the angle a little bit to be wider, but that's actually pretty sick. Where's the door frame? Door behavior. Let's change this angle a little bit. Target angle. Oh, I set it in the asset directly. I should hard code that, honestly. I should just hard code it. Whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna hard. I don't want to have an asset. I have to manually. I said 100 degrees. We're gonna make this 100 and I believe 30. Yeah, we'll fix the style later. Awesome art. Thank you, dude. I dropped by to look at this amazing aesthetic, and wow, thank you, Rain Spec. Hola, what's up, Anuska? At the end of the month, they total points and announce winners. It's really fun to see the different kinds of art everyone makes. You might like it. That does sound very interesting. Is it usually like ran by specific discords or community groups or stuff like that? The most thing I'm aware of is the closest thing I can think of is even adjacent to that is like oh yeah, that looks much better. Yeah, like there's art trade chains I've seen where you have a channel and then people do an art of another person and swap off, but nothing as coordinated like that. I don't like that clipping. I might change the hinge point a little bit, but this does look magical, dude. And with our, oh yeah, I forgot about that. With our little render correction thing we did, no matter how far away you are, the fog is not going to obscure that door. It's always going to be visible, even when there's like a bunch of fog. That's super sick, dude. Now we're still good with battery. Oh, dude, this game's coming together little by little. We're getting closer to a game test or play test session. I just need to fix the audio, but we'll do that eventually. Yeah, this is too dark for me to see. I broke the lighting in this level, so we'll do it eventually. I'm very happy with that, though. What's your game called? I guess, yeah, Messy Mansion, Morgan. Thank you. They have official Discord website and social media accounts on Twitter, Instagram, if you ever have a second chance. Yeah, I'd totally be down to check it out. May not be something I participate anytime soon just because I'm wrapped up with this. But I love doing stuff like that. The last thing I did that's kind of like that was this Newgrounds audio competition, but that's a little bit different. That's like a bracket system, and that's music. But it'll be good to start leveling up or grinding art again. I feel like I haven't been able to do a lot of art as of late, just because of doing so much technical things with this. But hopefully, maybe, just maybe, I can begin taking... I don't know, we'll see. Okay, I think we have the door. We have our door. Let me do some changes to this. No. Ankles. Degrees. I'm probably gonna have to do a thing where like I either do the hinge, like I give options for either doing the hinge behavior or doing like a door sliding behavior, but I'm not gonna worry about that now. That's a future problem for future me. Maybe I'll add like an enum or something just to be like, hey, you might want to do this, but door open behavior. Swing. And what else do I want? Slide. And then we'll just do a to-do for ourselves. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a door that does that effect at some point. Oh, audio competition? Didn't realize that was a thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, I loved it, dude. I'm gonna go. You avoided me today. Thank you. I'm sorry. I don't know if I avoided you. I don't think I avoided you specifically. I just I mentioned I maybe I didn't read your chat earlier. Game is still good though, but mind games is the best for me. I'm not doing any mind games. I'm just a guy. I'm just a nerd in my basement coding stuff, dude. Oh man. But yeah, the audio competition was super fun, dude. I still have a recording from when they were announcing the top 4, and I was like on edge for the results. Not because I wanted to win, to get into there. I was actually hoping for the opposite, because I was like, I'm really tired. I already proved what I wanted to prove. Let me just lose. I was like, let me just lose, dog. Just put me down easily. And I saw the recording. Let me find the recording. It's somewhere. And then it was so tragic. It was so tragic. I had to keep going. But I think I actually gave up after that. Like legitimately, I made like a 5-second song. I was like, we're gonna do something. I was like, nah. I just want to submit something so I'm at least keep my place. But nah. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. It was absolutely hilarious to me. Oh, dude. Yeah, that's like it was like a multi-month event though. Like it went on, I didn't realize it went up for like half a year almost. Because it starts off with a humongous pool and then the brackets start forming from there, and it's a very involved process. Yeah, I found it here. Yeah, here we go. 1 second, let me... The mix actually just finished right now, so it's perfect timing. And I went by Trixelbit. I used to go by Trixelbit.
Move on to bracket B. Normal music versus closed. So, B1, normal music.
Because I had to keep going. I had to keep working. That's why it's tragic.
19 points. Average between all judges. Congratulations. You're moving on to the semifinals.
Let me see if I can find my part.
Excellent. Then,
Dude, I'm getting... My heart's like gained...
Lordant versus
Yeah.
Trixelbit.
Yeah, that's me.
Lordant got 89.21 points from all judges averaged.
This is stressing me out already.
And Trixelbit, I'm sorry man, but you gotta keep composing. You got 9.96 points from
I
all
was-
judges average. You're moving on to the
I was so mad when he said, I was like, no, I'm tired. At the time, I was like, for work, there's a huge version release, so we were working like crazy. So I was like, doing my day job, working on a game, and then doing the music competition. And I was like, I was so exhausted, dude. Oh, dude. That was hilarious. It seemed that way. Yeah, what do you think of Godot? It's not for me. I know it's a good engine for a lot of people, and it does what they want to do, but if I'm going to switch from my current engine, it's going to be for my own engine, if that makes sense. Like, if I'm going to switch from Unity, it's going to be switching to an engine that's made for me specifically. But Godot seems cool. I dig Godot. I think Godot is a very nice tool that does a lot of good things. At least when I started using it or testing it out for viability of like switching to using that instead of Unity, it just didn't meet some of the things I wanted the engine to have. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm not gonna dog on it. I think it would be likely become the alternative for Unity eventually. But it's a whole thing. The more you work and do programming, the more you start having opinions of how things should be, and the more the normal engines that exist don't align with, or maybe they do with your opinions, but for me, like, it doesn't quite align. So that's just how the cookie crumbles. How many games have I built? A lot. I haven't completed all of them, but I've definitely worked on a bunch of games. What did you enjoy about the top few winners and their submissions? Tragic. Oh, I answered that. Yeah, it was very. The competition was crazy stacked. There's a lot of music, even to this day. Like, I think is super duper good. Yeah, I'll try and go in Newgrounds and find them. Play again, G's, if you please. Oh, you didn't hear the thing? He sounded like is he? No, he's the guy. He was the guy running the competition, or one of the runners, to learn how to code. It takes a lifetime. 9 months, it gets you pregnant. Oh my goodness. I have 86 gigabytes of RAM. That's pretty nuts faded. They say bigger than RAM better. My GPU has 16 gigabytes. Hey, what's up, Javier Antonio Felix Torres? Mr. Deadman Walking. Is that a CRT monitor? Yeah, it's a great, big, beautiful CRT monitor. Yeah, for you, Jessica Jones, if you're still here, I'll play the competition clip once more, if I can find it. Actually, I'm not sure where it went after I closed it. Yeah, I might have to open it up again specifically. 1 second. And by the way, y'all, if you enjoy what you're seeing, there's a Discord. So if you want to join and you want to see more updates of this kind of nature or stuff like this, feel free to join, man. It's in the link in the video. I really need to write a bot. We're gonna do that one day. Let me find the video once more. All right, let's see. Yep, and next, pop it out. All right, you ready, Jessica? You ready? I'm gonna put it here for you, okay?
Points from.
Oh, here we go.
Just averaged. 21 points from all judges averaged. And it's a little bit.
So okay, that's me, and then the guy he was talking about was Lord, and which was last year's winner. I was like, dude, I'm done. I'm cooked.
I'm sorry, man, but you got to keep composing. You got 90.96 points from all judges average. You're moving on to the semifinals.
And then I cried. I was like, I was happy, but I was also, I'm tired, boss. I'm so tired. I'm tired, man. I was so tired. All right, let me put on the music back on. And then I'm not sure where this video is gonna live. Or I guess it didn't clear from the buffer. Either way, we're good. But there you go, Jessica. There's the video. A physical memory, but I have a drive caching going on with my SSD. I've never heard of drive caching. That sounds cool. Transition somewhere that's 75 hertz or something. That's pretty sick, dude. Right there. You can have it to 8.0. It's not that crazy. Not that expensive. Also, the Samurai. Good to see you, man. What language? We're working C#. Just a good old-fashioned C#. Nothing crazy. Not that. It's a good language. You can do a lot with it. Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't realize you can do AVX instructions in C# as well. Like, there's this AVX. Like, if you want, you can still do some. It's kind of nutty. You can do some low-level things. Weirdly enough, I think I have to have the collections from Burst to get access to the. Yeah, I think I need to have that library. Yeah, no, it doesn't exist, but you can do it. It's a thing you could do, which is pretty nuts. Maybe it's not language specific. It might be a Unity specific thing, I think, because I think it's implemented as part of Burst. I can't remember. I don't know actually. I have to look it up. Still pretty cool. Pretty freaking cool. So we have our doors working. In fact, let's save our progress. I still love that we have the game program. Anyways, let's go back to here and just save our progress. Added beautiful doors, or added a beautiful door. Let's not false advertise ourselves. Beautiful. Splendid even. Yes, quite splendid. Also, what's up, G-Man Smartboy? Nice having you in the Discord, man. It's virtual memory is all. I have 2 drives that are using 2 minimum and 4 GB max. My Samsung driver has over provisioning and some other stuff. When it's using files, it sends stuff into RAM. Interesting. Is it kind of like Superfetch? Or no, not Superfetch. What I'm thinking of. Like that. What is it called? If you exceed RAM, it goes onto to disk. Why are you doing this to yourself? What are you asking me why I am delighting myself and treating myself so well by allowing me to use the superior hardware of a CRT? Simply the greatest form of computing experience ever. Because I love myself, man. That's why we do this. I love myself. Yeah, message breaker, don't need that. I'm gonna close the stuff we're not using right now. Let's start assessing the things we need for our little... Oh, did I just close everything? I did. I didn't know I can just do that. Or I didn't know the shortcut to do that. So let's start taking inventory. I think I need to start to... I should probably introduce level 1 again. The original level 1, not the one we currently have. Let me bring it up for you guys. But I need to correct it because this is before I did a lot of big changes to the game. In fact, let's try playing through it and see how it looks. Because it's going to look, I think, pretty odd without lighting. Yeah, love yourself. Oh, man. RAM caching or VRAM. Okay. RAM disk is different. That goes the other way. Okay. Also known as swap. Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Swap memory. Yeah. Why is this? Oh, this is when I started making... This is when I started working on on making the overworld. Yeah, this is different. This is I mean, I think the original level is still there, but there's also like this other junk with the terrain. Interesting. Yeah, the environment. Here we go. Hub. Left path. Yeah. If I delete this. Yeah, no. That's the different environment. This is what I want to delete. Yeah, the terrain. What are you? Another death plane. Yeah, we're going back in history, dude. We're going back to the original, probably the first level for this game when I made it a year ago. But now it's using. This is before I wrote my own lighting model, so it's not gonna. It's all looking odd and unlit because. Can I try playing it as is? Is there a character in this first area? This is meant to be like your introductory area to like basic platforming in the game and get introduced to some basic mechanics. Is the player here? No, I believe I moved him actually. Let's bring him back. Where are you? Where art thou, Mr. Player? We have the boss here. That's not supposed to be in this level. Where's our character? I guess he's not here. I think I just have to. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something different. I might try recreating this, but now with our new start structures, because we can make it significantly bigger levels too. Due to our like occlusion manager thing. Where's the prefab? Here we go. Okay, let's just try this out as is and see how this goes. Alright, let me catch up in chat real quick. Yeah, it's a CRT modder. Tell me the difference between ref and out. What's up? On dependency injections in Unity? I mean, that's just a general structure. Like, I don't know why we have a specific thing for that. Also, like, are you talking about under the hood or just how you interact with ref? The way I always kind of think about it is like ref is like passing a pointer to a specific thing, kind of like how you do in C++. Whereas out's kind of like, ooh, no, I suck. But yeah, like alpha, outside of just like, yeah, I actually don't know. Because I know I'm aware of out, of like using it for parameters to be like, hey, this function can give out other things. Like with dictionary usages and whatnot. But unlike ref, like, it's not always guaranteed to be a reference. Or is it? Like if you're using a unboxed type that's like a struct, for example, or just a primitive, like out's not going to give you a ref to that. Man, it's so weird going back to here. Like, this is where we started. This is so weird, man. The lighting's all busted up too. We have to go through these and actually fix them individually. Or maybe I'll just copy and paste this, and because like, if you want to see how this used to look like, I think I have the thing here. But yeah, like syntactically, I know the difference in usage of out and ref. But if we're talking under the hood, I'm actually not as sure beyond what I just said. Where's my Firefox? Where's my Firefox? Do I not have it? Oh well. Are you related to Cozy? Nah. Well, like, not that I know of. I just told him because he chose me first. I did nothing. I'm innocent. I'm making a massive multiplayer crossword game inspired from 1 million checkbox websites. Do you think it's cool? I think so, I guess. I don't know. The more important question is, do you think it's cool? Because it doesn't matter if the thing is that you're making is cool. If you don't find it cool, that kind of sucks for you. But if you think it's cool, then dude, you're living the high life. You're living life like Larry. Humanity. He is on Linux using C# and Unity Engine IDE so far. Thank you, Morgan. Of a Black Mirror episode with a programmer who's making a game. We gotta go back to it, man. You have buffed CPU down there. Have a buffed CPU. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I'm not using an old peripheral. That's for sure. I can tell you that much. It's definitely not a. It's definitely not an old machine. Yeah, here's like the level 1. I think we have and this is when we used to use have a lobby world, but we're changing that. And this is when we had the old dirt mechanic, which sucks. It totally sucks by comparison. I kind of want to bring those blocks back though. I think having dirt blocks that you have to actually hit would be cool, but I'm not going to use blocks. I think I want to try doing some mesh generation, like having voxels and then having some dynamic mesh. I think that'd be really sick. I want to play around with that though. Yeah, I need to make levels significantly bigger than that though. That's like way too short. So I think we're going to start from scratch. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix the material properties here just to say so they work correctly, but then I'm going to swap them. I'm going to make them work with my new rendering pipe. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to have to do stuff here. Because this is using a Unity surface. We're not using Unity surfaces anymore. We're using our own thing. Ooh, that's gonna be a thing. I think these should be easier, the triplanes. The triplanar mapped textures. Because I believe I already have support for that. Cozy Light, surface, cozy surface. Don't I have actually, is this already surface or is it using? It's using a surf. Okay. So we need to change this as well. I hate having to do a day job that uses Windows 11 because I get used to the Windows 11 stuff and then I have to go back to Linux and I have to go through that and then I get used to back to how I'm supposed to be in Linux and then I go back to work the next day and then all my muscle memory is just messed up. Smart tile, object space. Is this object space or is it just a smart tile? I think it's a world space smart tile. Yeah. That's not what the doctor ordered. So we have to do something here. There's this cozy surface, transparent, standard surface for my lighting pipeline. I think I have to adopt I think I have to copy this and then 1 second. Yoink this and then make a new smart tiles tri-texture, a cozy smart tile. Yeah, we're gonna have to do. That's what we're gonna have to do. Okay, that's easy though. Okay, CD lighting, cozy light system. Do I have shaders here? Yeah, CD shaders. Okay, and then we're gonna make another one. Cozy smart tile. What was this called again? Tiles tri-texture. And then we just have to make this work with our stuff. Ooh, no, I did it bad. SB.shader. Okay, now we should be good. Come on, don't do this to me. You can't do this to me. Don't lie to me. I know you exist. Cozy, smart tiles, tri-texture. There we go. Paste everything there. And then we can make this be here. All right, let me catch up in chat. My bad, guys. 1 second. Okay, let me see here. He should teach us how to be good human, or who troll first and pretends that he is innocent. I'm innocent, dude. What are we doing? Why are we? I'm not a bad guy. What are we doing, Elias? We're doing a game, and I'm making a new level, and we're gonna be making some shaders work better because we're using our own lighting model, so I have to update old shaders to work with that instead. To Mr. Denmark, I was about to ask him. I'm using Arch. I love testing different distros. I'm just using basic Ubuntu, but I kind of want to start switching to Arch at some point. Playing around with that. I'm also thinking about using Rocky OS just so I can do video editing with DaVinci Resolve, because it's a pain to get it working here for some reason. Please, could you make a course of C# and Unity Humanity? I love to gain knowledge. I'm sure there's a lot of good videos out there already. Like there's Brackies and whatnot. He's really good at that kind of thing. I mean, so I heard. I haven't really watched his videos, but he seems to be the big guy for Unity C#. If you really want me specifically, then maybe if there's high demand for me, the individual, to make a tutorial about that, then I'm down. But I also think there's a lot of good information out there already. Would be fun. Never got into it though. Seems so much. It could be a bit. It could seem very overwhelming, but just think about it like a drip feed. So you're drip feeding yourself a little bit. Honestly, like you learn a handful of tricks, and then the rest of game development is just learning how to use those tricks in different ways. That's kind of like how it boils down to. At least that's the way I think about it. I keep catching up. My bad, game. What happened, Samurai? As a Brazilian, I say I don't like eating lobsters. I didn't know there's an association between being Brazilian and eating lobsters, but it's good to know not all Brazilians eat lobsters. I'm a gamer girl. Oh no, I am a gamer, as I have said. Temple Run, that's big game, big gaming energy. There will be a day I will join anti-OP cult. I'm already kind of there, man. I'm getting there, dude, little by little. Why am I coding on that? Why are you not coding on that? What are you doing? Working on a game? Okay, I'm going now. Enjoy. Have a great day. Don't forget to make an angel like me. What do you mean make an angel like me? I hope you have a good one, Anuska. Take care. Enjoy your day. I told you. I get 90s feeling watch your stream. Thank you, man. That's the goal. That's what we're trying to aim for. Please you teach us. Okay, I'll see. Arch is nice, but be warned, it is not for the faint. Must be familiar with terminal commands using sh, su, and ppa prompts. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Yeah. I think I like that. 'Cause at least with Arch, you have like full control over everything. There's so much things going on, and just using Ubuntu. I use it just because it's very easy to chuck it onto a machine, get it working, and then it doesn't take too much to get my current setup. But I just hate how much I just don't have control of there. There's things that I just don't like, and I don't want to spend time doing it. I think if I'm gonna go to that level of like ripping stuff out of Ubuntu, I'd rather just build it from the ground up to be in my image, to be exactly what I desire. Yeah, but we'll see. We shall see. Render opaque. Yep. There's includes the CG program. Yeah, we're not using foreshadows. We do our own shadows. We do our own shadow things. We're big boys doing big boy things. I'm a strong, independent programmer who don't need no Unity to do these things for me. I'm a big boy now. Do I have an app data defined here somewhere? I was going to do art today, but we always just kind of end up back to coding it, don't we? It just kind of always happens. I'm not complaining, I can't escape it. Can't escape it. It's always going to be there. Not a complaint, just an observation. Yeah, I have to do something text. Ooh. No, that's for app data. This is gonna be for the V2F. This is where it needs to go. And I know there's some reserved text cores I have to contend with as well. So I'm not sure what we're gonna be dealing with here. I'm gonna figure that out. Yeah, none of this business. Get out of here. With monitor, but wouldn't be more productive if you had a modern layer, larger one? Nah, man. Dojuba, like, keep in mind, most of my workflow is around me. Even with my day job, it's all around me having just one context I'm looking at. Because like your eyes only focus on one place at a time, right? So I'd rather keep my eyes in the same place and optimize my workflow around just changing what's in front of it by using things like i3 to manage where my windows are, or Vim Motions to manage where I am in terms of a tab and navigation. So like, I think like if you don't have a very optimized workflow for this kind of thing, then you're kind of forced to have multiple windows to achieve the same level of productivity. But because for me, I've using i3 and this kind of stuff, it enables me to keep it actually very simple and not have to have all that stuff. Most of the things is I have this second monitor here. I'm looking at front, just because streaming, I like to be able to monitor things while doing that. But for like normal day-to-day operations or tasks, like I'm good with using one monitor. Building a game. Just curious, you have Stream open on a big monitor, but you're coding on some 1980s vintage monitor? Yeah, I've done streams. This is not always what I use to. Sometimes I use my actual nice fancy 144 hertz monitor back there. But part of it's I've been too lazy to move this out. But I also kind of like that this is such a big disconnect from my day job. So it feels like I'm doing things very, very different. Feels very nice. Either way, it doesn't bother me. I'm good with either. We have our app data defining the vertex. We define our V2F structure here. Let me look at how I define the V2F. Parameter signature here. think I create a, V2FO. Why are you mad at me? You need initialize output. Oh yeah, because it's the type V2F. Yes, that should be fine. As for you, we eventually do this thing here after we do all these different changes. And then we need our cozy, we need our things that are dependent on the V2F struct. Okay, and that should allow me to call this function. Yes, we're good here. And we do not want to do this, because now we're actually doing some other stuff in tandem. Want to see a window switching? Yeah, window switching, it seems harder than it actually is. It's actually really easy, especially if you get used to Vim motions ahead of time. Like, it becomes very easy to do window switching and managing and moving stuff around, and then opening stuff. Thank you, Morgan. Hi, how can I learn shaders to make games? Do you recommend a source book or anything? Honestly, I just start with basic stuff. I use like, I never actually read books on shaders. A lot of it emerges from just practical application. I think the easiest thing is just taking a normal Unity shader. Like, because when you're in Unity, there's an option to create a shader, a surface shader, and even using that, you can play around with it, and you start getting some of the basic ideas of, like, hey, there's a vertex shader, it modifies the vertices, and there's a fragment shader, it modifies the actual color value rendered to the pixels, just doing some basic stuff there, you'll find these tools that you can use over and over again. So I think you even mentioned, like, doing your own lighting is actually pretty simple. At least to do some basic lighting. Like, right now we can do a basic demo of this actually. Like, should I take a little detour here and actually just walk you through the basic ideas of, like, just take 30 minutes, ideally like 30 minutes or less than that, to write just a simple shader that just does visual lighting on an object. Since middle school, dude, this is so fascinating me. If you wanted to get into something like this, where would I even start? Just download an engine, have an idea for a game you want to make, something simple, nothing too crazy, but something that you find interesting, and then just go to town, man. Just go to town. You'll start learning stuff in pursuit of that goal, and eventually you'll get that goal. Yeah, let me actually make, we can make polls. Should I do a shader side quest, or do I keep being productive and getting this game ready for Sunday, hopefully Sunday, a playtest session? Yes. Detour. No. Get the game ready for the Discord playtest. I mean, I can always delay it too, but... Alright, I'm making a poll. I'll let the people decide. The people get to decide. And it's either gonna be really cool and fun, or I'm gonna be ultra exposed. And while you guys vote for a minute, let me get some more water here, and maybe even a little snack. And Morgan, you tell me what the poll says. So how long is the poll for? I don't know. But yeah, I'll come back in a second. Gonna get some more water, get a little snack, and then we will execute upon the will of the people. Alrighty, let's see. Do the people want me to be productive and be responsible? There's no responsibility here. That's the one thing I like. I don't want to do early access because I don't like the idea of people paying me money and then me being obligated to do stuff. No, I'm just going to make the game on my own time, on my own dime, and it'll get done when it gets done. And it seems like, yes, we're taking a detour. Ooh. Yeah, we're 80%. That's actually much higher. More of a split than I would have imagined. The people want shaders? Sweet. Okay, we're going to do shaders then. We're going to do shaders. So I'm going to shut down my Unity project, and we're going to start with a basic, just a clean slate project for Unity. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to close Writer. I'm going to close this. We're going to save this file, and then I'll probably just do level design on my own time. Which, by the way, I think I need to spend some more time in the laboratory just doing stuff here. No, don't stop streaming. I almost stopped streaming. Yes. We're gonna stop that. Okay, and cool. Yeah. All right, we're gonna make a new empty Unity project. Gonna go to Unity Hub, and these ideas are global, like fragment and vertex shader pipelines and that kind of stuff. It's very much just exists everywhere. Most rendering pipelines or graphics APIs will enable that. Okay, we're gonna do, I don't know, example space, and it's gonna be my project. I don't want a cloud. I just want to be locally. Stop trying to get me to use your cloud services, Unity. Get out of here. Get. Okay, it's gonna take a second to unload. And you know how they talk about when you start a recipe, they tell you the things you need to be able to cook this recipe that the chef wants you to make. So we're gonna talk about two things that are pretty important. Two recipes or ingredients for this rendering, your own custom rendering pipeline that is going to be important. They're like math ingredients. So the two simple ones is a dot product and clamping is a simple idea. Lerp is an important one. And so before we even get to this, there's something called a float 3. A float, we're gonna go super simple here. And these are math ingredients. A float is literally just any real number. You can think about it that way. So decimal points is 0.5, negative 0.1, negative 38,000.6582, 0.2. It's just a real number. You can think about it that way. Real numbers. A float 3 is a collection of 3 real numbers, and you have a number for the x coordinate, the y coordinate, or the z coordinate. So x, y, z. You can also think about it as RGB for colors as well. Float 4 is actually the same idea, just with this w component. You also see this more often than not used for colors and shaders, where it represents R, G, B, and then alpha. So, for example, you can have a coordinate. You can have a coordinate at like, I don't know, negative 10,000, 0, or 12, and then 8. And that's like a position in space. You go over 1,000 to the left, you go up 12 units, and then you go forward 8. And that's your position from where you started. Where you started is origin, 0, 0, 0. That's the coordinate you're at right now. So, one extra thing is there's something called normalization. All that means is that your vector should have a length of 1. So this one over here clearly has a much bigger length. From here to here, it's like, 1,000 something distance from here to here. Normalization just says, okay, this guy that's the biggest number, we're gonna make this whole vector be length of 1. So if you were to normalize that, let's use a simpler example. Like, for example, if we made this 0 and 0, if you were to normalize this, the value would become 0.1, 0.0. Or if you had a coordinate of 1 and 1, then the normalized value would be like the square root of 2 or something. I can't remember. Something like that. And that'll give you the proper magnitude. I'm probably wrong with this. I can't remember what the actual thing was. It'll be something like 0.4 something something something, and this one will also be 0.4 something. Which, if you get the total distance, it'd be like 1 or something in total. So cool. So you have an idea of a vector, which just can either be a position or can just represent a direction. And then you have something called a dot product, which takes in two. It's just a function that takes in two vectors, or flow threes, you can think about it. But you have vector A, you have vector B, and all this does is give you a number between -1 and 1. Okay, but what goes on here? So all this tells you is that if these two vectors are, if vector A and vector B are pointing in the same direction, it's going to give you 1. If they're pointing away from each other, it's going to give you -1. And if it's like directly in between, like 90-degree angle away from it, it'll be 0. That's all it is. And then anything between that will get closer from 0 to 0.5 to 1, and likewise from 0, 0.5, 0.7, or 0, -0.5, -0.7, then eventually -1. So that's all a dot product does. And then final recipe, and if this seems like a lot, it's okay. It's a lot that I'm throwing at you, but I think it's worth talking about this before we jump into it. The final thing is lerping, and you just have value A, value B, and then something called P, and all this is going to do is get you, given a value of P, will give you a value between A and B, a certain percentage, right? And I'm gonna stop before I move on. After I explain this, I'm gonna look at chat for any questions before we jump into the actual Unity stuff. So let's say if this value is like, I don't know, 10, and this was 20. Well, P value, let's say of 0, will give you 10. And if you gave a P value of 1, you'd have 20. And if P value of 0.5 will give you 15. So that's all this. LERP stands for linear interpolation. All it does is that given P, it'll give you a value between your starting and your end point. In fact, you can think of A and B as start and end. All right, before I move on, any questions here? This is interesting. Okay. Some coding in your channel. I guess we're doing it today. You can have a play test when it releases. Thank you, Morgan. We learned Python. Well, today we're doing some HLSL graphics programming. University, I'm taking coding too. I'm a physics comp science major. No, I graduated a hot minute ago. Like 4 or 5 years ago at this point. Or something like that. Been out for a while. So this is, there's no questions about this. And of course the stream exists, so if you want to, you can go back to it later. We're gonna go into the last thing, which is shaders, but we're gonna go into actual Unity and we're gonna start just doing shader stuff here. So let's even talk about what a shader is and what materials are. So I'm gonna create a simple object, a sphere. And we're gonna look at the sphere. Look at that sphere, guys. Isn't that crazy? We have a sphere on the screen. And if we look into this mesh renderer component, you're going to see there's something called materials. It's using a default material. And I mean, there it is. And it says shader and it says standard. So when it comes to games and graphics, you can think about shaders as a little program that's ran that tells the computer how it's going to render or draw this object onto your screen. It's going to give the computer the details of what to do and how to do it. And there's two fundamental things it does. It has like this shader has like, you can think about it as like two programs that are part of this pipeline it goes through. One's called a vertex shader, and then another one's called a fragment shader. Vertex handles the geometry. So if I were to go into like, let's see here. If I were to go into here and wireframe, you'll see the sphere has a bunch of different triangles that makes it up. And these are set by you have the mesh that you give it, and the vertex shader is what can or will modify this so that can be rendered on the screen. And then the fragment shader is what fills each of these triangles up, or paints all the pixels within these triangles with whatever color you want to use or effects or whatnot. So that's what the shader is. It's just a program that does that stuff. A material is simply like the variables that you're going to be using within your shader. It's like the input for the shader. You can think about it like that. So for example, I can make a new material, if I can find it. Test material. And I can slap that bad boy on here. It should work. And let me switch this renderer to be back to displaying displaying the actual final rendered output. 1 second. Where's my mouse? Okay, I lost it for a second. I got scared. Shaded. So, and let me look at this again. So I dragged that new material on there. So here in this material, I can modify properties like color, all that fun stuff. And I can also modify other things like, for example, how metallic it is or how smooth it is. Now these are properties of like physically based rendering. That's a separate thing we can talk about. Today we're going to be talking about the basic ideas of shading and then the basic ideas of lighting, just using like a dot product. So we're going to make our own shader. So one thing to specify too is that this is a standard diffuse shader. But in Unity, if you make, for example, a unlit shader, so you can do create shader and choose unlit. Our unlit shader, we'll call it. And I change the shader here from standard to our own custom thing. Where are ya? Where is it? I think it's when we in custom or something. Oh, I have to modify something here for it to be seen. 1 second. 1 second. Just give me a second, guys. Yeah, trust and open. I think I have to actually change the name in the file. Here we go. Oh, it's gonna be an unlit. Cool. Never mind. So if I go back here, go into here, and go to unlit, and our custom unlit shader, you'll see that all of a sudden that lighting information is gone. It's just a ball of white. Whereas the other one we had here, if I create another 3D object sphere, and move it around, you'll see that it has some extra nuance to it, right? It has like a shadow, it has a highlight, all those different things. So what we're gonna be doing right now is taking an unlit shader and creating the illusion of it being lit, so having a shadow and stuff like that, and having a highlight. So how are we feeling with everything I've covered? I feel like I've said a lot. I I feel like we've done not much yet, aside of just describing the basics here. How are you feeling? This is interesting. Okay, good. Wow, sphere. Yeah, big sphere. I'm using the stream as my ambient while defining SEM project for OS students. I love the vibe of your video. Thank you, Aryan. Your semester project for OS students. That's pretty sick. Oh, you're a professor, a teacher? Clip incoming. This gives me motivation to do my coding project. Let's go, dude. Yeah, let's get good, guys. It doesn't, I mean, I'm not gonna say it doesn't cost anything to get good, but anyone can get good. So let's get good, dude. Shaders like Minecraft. Yeah, Minecraft's a program that uses shaders. Terrain. Should I manipulate the vertex shader? If you want to. What is your goal? We're just teaching some stuff here. Did you finish the door? Yeah, we finished the door. I'll show you Prionsa. Always good to see you again. No, I just TA. Okay, gotcha. Hey, it's still good though. You're still part of the education. You can mold the youth. You can implant your ideologies into them about what good programming looks like. All right. So if there's no confusion or nothing, we're just gonna jump into the shader and start doing some stuff. So I'm gonna do some weird stuff just so you can see the effects of the vertex shader and then the effects of the fragment shader, and then we're gonna start doing our thing from there. So over here we have our shader. This is an HLSL. It's a shader language, I believe, made by Microsoft. It stands for High Level Shader Language. And let's just talk about what's in here. So over here we have properties. This is like the variables that kind of get exposed in the UI. So for example, and if we go back to Unity, let me move this. One second, let me clean up my workspace a little bit. So I go to Unity and I click on this guy. You'll see, and I go into material, you'll see there's only one thing called texture, and you can apply texture there and it'll map it onto there. Texture is just an image. So that's that variable that's there. You can add other variables, like for example, I can make something dumb like and name it and make it a, I don't know, we can make it a color, we can make it a float, either way. And once you go over here, you're gonna see, hey, there's this new thing here. So this is like one half. It's just telling what the UI what to expose. But for every variable you make, you also have to include it down here within this pass. So we go from here, subshader, we go to pass, and here's where the program actually lives. And you'll see over here we have this main texture, main text variable. You'll see it here as well. In this case, it's called a sampler 2D. Sampler 2D, you can kind of think about it as a texture that you can get color information from. It's very common, you're gonna use it for everything. So, cool. So let's start doing some weird stuff. So one last thing I wanna mention. We mentioned there's like these two things. Here's the vert shader. This is the thing that modifies the vertex that's rendered on screen. And you see it does this weird thing. It initializes this thing called a V2F and then sets some values in there and then does something and then returns it. V2F, you can think about it as just a struct. This information that's passed from the fragment or from the vertex to the fragment. Just think about it that way. That's why it's called V2F, vertex to fragment. So it contains information like UVs, vertex. You can even add stuff to it if you want to. And then finally we have the fragment, and this is what handles the final colors. So the output of vert is this message from here to the fragment. The final output for the fragment is a color, a fixed 4, which you can think of it as just like a float 4, like we described, or vector. Essentially the same thing, just different memory, but that's not really that big of a deal in 2025. Either way. You see here it does this fixed 4 color. You can think about it as float 4 if you want to, if that's easier, because I mentioned that at the top, but either way. And then it does text 2D, this variable we saw earlier, and then i.uv, and it returns that final output color. Okay, this doesn't mean anything to me. This doesn't mean anything to any of us. We have to actually see this stuff in practice. So let's do some weird stuff. Let's just do something with the fragment shader first, because I think it'll be simpler. You can get rid of all this and return a color of your choice. And you can define it here. So for example, if I want red, I can do 1 for the R channel, 0 for the G, which is green, 0 for the blue channel, and then 1 for alpha. And if we go back here to the scene, oh my goodness, now it's red. And you can do this with any number of things. Okay, simple. So you can modify a color. But you can do even cooler things than that. If you know math, you know there's something called a sine function. And what you can do with that is you could do sine and then there's some built-in variables you can think of that Unity provides. One is time, which is like a value that keeps incrementing up. So you can use as an input for this. And then, let's see here. If I press play, we're gonna do this while playing. The cool thing about shaders is that you don't have to stop playing. It's just gonna keep working and running. And now you're gonna see this gradually move up towards red, and then it's gonna go back down eventually. And if you want to make it faster, you can modify this to be even more faster. Let's see here. What's going on here? Why are we not going faster? I didn't see Unity recompile. You can't be doing this to me. Code X hacking? Not just talk about stuff. Not Vim, writer, language. Yeah, I'm using Vim motions though. I'm using Idea Vim to do this stuff. New subscriber. What's up, Shand Rakhant? Shader code, not C#. My bad. Yeah, but we're gonna do some C# stuff too. Okay, it's moving moderately faster. You can also use Y. Anyways, so yeah, this is something you can do. If you want to be cool, you can even use this on a bunch of different values. I'm just showcasing that this is where you can change the color of the pixel that's being modified out there. There's more stuff you can do with offsets, with UVs, but we're not going to do that today. But I use that for a lot of water effects I do in Messy Mansion. I wonder why this is not recompiling. One second, let me just close Outer Writer. One second, and let me open this back up. Okay, you're gonna take a second. And you're gonna open up my application or my program here. Okay. What's going on here? Do I have to press play again? That's weird. Either way, you're seeing that a fragment shader does stuff. Actually, I wonder, because this sine and cosine go from -1 to 1, so I probably have to like squash them, the amplitude. It's like we're just doing something here for fun. And then plus 0.5. This is kind of weird. Usually it recompiles. I see like a recompilation happen, but I'm not seeing that. Let me try something too, just out of curiosity. I'm just gonna do recompilation. Yeah, no, it's stuck on the old shader program. That's weird. It's not recompiling. Did I accidentally use a different Unity version or something? Let me check something. Yeah, it's very odd. Pretty sure I'm using the basic stuff too. Oh, and I reloaded, so I lost that. Let me Kevin chat real quick. Hey friend, what are your thoughts on AI? Ah man, that's a whole thing. Just download MT Manager. Isn't there an option to refresh or recompile? Why restart? No, I'm just testing that. It's supposed to be recompiling normally, but shader code. There we go. Now I just decided to recompile. All right, that's weird. That's not usually how it is. But yeah, see, it's doing this weird cool effect where the green and red channels are kind of oscillating between values. Completing domain. Cool, now you're seeing this oscillation happen. Alright, I'm gonna test something real quick. And like in HLSL, you can kind of think about it almost like C#, or not C#, SC in a weird way. It is a lot of things very similar, but what do you expect from a normal program? You can do it here. So you can make like a variable called speed and modify it and set it to things and then utilize it here. Make constants, all that kind of stuff. And in fact, you can do a cool thing where you can make this instead of a local variable. The same way C# has ideas like, you know, a field or a variable that's in the class itself. You can do the same thing here, where you can make a, let's see here. The same way you have variables here, you can make one for speed. We're not going to assign it. And then in the inspector up here, we can make our own property for this. The speed for oscillation. And then you can make it something called a range. So that instead of manually typing numbers, you can actually make it be a slider from one to another. In this case, I'm doing like, 0 to 15, and I'm give it a default value of 1. And now in here, if I go into our material, we should be able to slide it. Unless you don't want to recompile, which is weird. I'm not sure why this doesn't do hot recompilation. It's like I have to like, what, re-import, refresh? That's what I'm assuming. And now we have our slider here. So you make it faster, even more faster, ultra fast, or make it really slow. Sweet. So that's a fragment shader. So now we have our vert shader. We can do equally weird stuff here. So I'm gonna get rid of this and just demonstrate like the fragment shader by its, or the vertex shader by itself. So we're going to return, I don't know, float 4. All ones. And then in here, we're going to modify this vertex variable. And we can do anything we want with it. We can do vertex equals 0.vertex, I don't know, rounded. Let's see what this does. Now we have this decrepit triangle going on here. Doing stuff in screen space. The screen space stuff is because I'm doing this to the vertex. You actually want to modify it here. So let's do round within this variable. And now she's gone. She's gone. We can do some other cool stuff too. Like we can do v.vertex. I'm gonna get rid of this variable. Equal to equals to, we can make a new float 4 because I believe this is a float 4 if I hover over it. Yep. And we can like do an offset v.vertex plus. I love doing this kind of thing. You can do sine, we're gonna use that variable in Unity called time. Do the same thing for cos. And then make this 0 and 0. And now if we look over here, and I press play, we're gonna see this moving around. But that's not being done on the game object. That's just done through the shader itself. And if you want to have something really weird, you can do like, I know this is not the lighting thing we talked about, but I think just demonstrating that these individual functions by themselves, I think there's some value in doing that. So we could change that. We can change, whatchamacallit, the amplitude of it. You can change phase. So I think you can divide it like this. I think that should be able to, oh right. If I want to have the cool rippling effect, you can do plus v.vertex dot x plus v.vertex dot y. And now if I were to refresh, we have this weird effect here now. All done just from that simple little vertex shader. So cool. And if I open up that view that I showed earlier that showed the wireframe, it's still showing the original object, but it's going from this to the changes we wrote in our shader. It's kind of weird. This is supposed to be showing the actual modified vertex, but I guess between Linux and Unity and Windows, there's some changes. So cool. We've seen some effects from the fragment changing colors, and we've seen how the vertex can change the actual shape of the object that we're looking at. Let me go check out the chat real quick and catch up before we move on to the next thing. And Hedamine clicking. What am I saying? We're doing some shader stuff. Bro has the worst viewers ever. You're seeing Unity. I'm not a genius, but I appreciate it, Jolly. Oh man, how did you learn Unity? A lot of time, a lot of smart people who I worked with who taught me a bunch of things, and just a lot of time in the saddle on my spare time, just practicing and trying different things. is C++ or something. Yeah, it's a pretty common thing for game engines. Also, they teach coding to high school students and been thinking about enrolling them into Unity Learn. I have next to no clue what I'm doing. Oh, as far as like teaching this kind of stuff? Honestly, a good resource would be Brackeys. I haven't watched him personally, but I know a lot of people have gotten a lot of great experience learning Unity stuff from him. I hope you're able to hack the pain and discover your true self in eternal beauty. I'm already there, dog. Interesting. I'm glad you think it's interesting, Alex. What inspired you to start coding and how long ago? Oh, in middle school, and I just wanted to make video games. I've seen it. Yeah, it's a pretty wild sphere, but it's cool. It's something. Yeah, we're using HLSL cast. Yeah, there we go, Kellen. All HLSL, baby. How can I start learning Unity, or should I start with Godot or something? Whatever interests you. Come up with a game you want to make, and then find the tools to make it. To do here. No, I'm not working on my game project. I'm just explaining some shader stuff before moving on to like how you'd go about implementing your own rendering lighting pipeline instead of using Unity's default one. What would you have pursued? What kind of advice did you expect? If you want to start using Unity, just start using it. I feel that's kind of how my advice kind of boils down to, but it's the truth, honestly. All right. So let me revert stuff back. So we already figured out that we can do a lot of cool stuff with these two types of shaders, but now we're interested in actually doing this lighting model. And we talked about these two important recipes here, the dot product and the lerp. So if I do this changes, and this should be back. Okay, cool. I don't know why this is requiring manual refreshing, but okay, it's fine. So let's talk about this. So it's an unlit shader. It's not having this effect. So today we're gonna just implement simple lighting between a point, like a point light, and the surface of your material. So to do this, we want to have a couple things. You're gonna want to have to be able to tell the surface how bright. So this shading, to make our own lighting pipeline, we're going to be doing most of the math in the fragment shader. There might be things you have to pass in from here, but it's going to largely just, I think, probably happen here. And what we're going to be doing, the game plan, is that we're going to have a point in space somewhere, in world space, that's going to be our light source. It's going to be a point light that can be moved anywhere around the scene. And all we're gonna do is first check to see like the normal of our surface. Is the normal, I don't not even use that term yet. Is the surface facing the light? If so, we want to have a way of making it be illuminated. And if the surface isn't facing light, for example, like on my screen, this is facing the light over here, but as it slowly starts facing away, it starts going into darkness. So if it's not facing light, we want it to be dark. That's the property we want to have going on here. So we need to figure out if it's facing the light source. And we call that surface the normal. The normal is just a direction from the surface we're rendering on, and which way is facing outward. So in this case, in this little CD bag, the normal is here. The normal for this surface is here. The normal surface for the back is down here. And then finally, we're going to do a lerp. And we're going to do a lerp to kind of do this. But also, we have to get distance. Because the further away this goes from this light source, the darker it will be. And the closer to the light source, the brighter it becomes. So we want to factor that in as well, distance. What is the distance from the light source? So those are the three main points we need to do here. The first thing is just getting the data for our point, our world space point for where the light is. So all we're going to do is I'm going to make a variable here. Float 3. light world space, or light position, you can say. Now for this variable, we don't have to put it up here because we're not going to be passing it through using UI. We're going to set this variable programmatically in C#. So we're going to make a C# class whose whole job is just to chuck this data, the position of a light source, into the shader. So I'm going to make a new, let's make a new empty class or empty object. Or maybe you can make it more visible. We're going to make a new 3D object. Let's make it a cube so you can tell it's the light source. We're going to call this light. And we're going to shrink it. And this is going to be our light source. And we're going to add a new component. In fact, I'll make it here. C#. We're going to call it light source. And we're going to just chuck it onto this cube we made. And this is going to be the script that passes that data into our shader. Now for this, we're going to use a global, we're going to be setting it as a global shader property. Meaning, can't do this to me, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, UI. I'm just a guy who's trying to drag and drop a component here, dog. I'm just a guy just trying to do his thing, and you're fighting me. So we have our empty C# class here. So, to not have to deal with like manually assigning this object, this light position here, we can just do this in the code. And the simplest thing to do is do shader dot set global vector, and it's going to be 2 fields or 2 inputs. One is a string, and then one is the actual value, our position. The current position, you'll get it from transform.position in Unity, and that gives you the world space position. This is going to be the name of the variable we're going to be setting. In this case, that's this guy here, light underscore light position. So I can type underscore light position, and this will set this variable. And we want to do this every single frame, not just once, because if we move this light around, we want it to interact with our game object. So we're going to move this into update. So that's going to be setting that information, and we should have this data here. An easy way to see if this is happening is literally just to return light position. Just to see if it's responding correctly. And this requires a float 4, but this is a float 3, so I'm just going to pass this in and set the Y value, or the Z value. The W value there. So this is XYZ, this is W. Or since we're gonna be treating it as a color, this is RGB, and then this is alpha. So now that we attach this component, oh dang it, I shouldn't have stopped pressing play. Whatever, let me make the cube again. Cube. So, light source, cool. We're gonna save this. Now if we press play, let's see what it does. Let me catch up in chat real quick, guys. He's Vim, has my respect though. I tried it, but it was just too hard. It just takes time. How old are you? I'm getting close to 30. Yeah, it's definitely worth it, man. Yeah, I thought he said he was going to work on rendering pipelines after Shader's explanation. Attention span of a goldfish because of these shorts. It happens, man. We're getting into the light rendering now. So this should be the light rendering part. And now we can see that this is being supplied. It's very the position value. So if I were to type I don't know, a position of 1,000 or something. Oh, let me do something too. Let me normalize this just so it can be 0 or 1. When it comes to colors, you usually want to have it be normalized between a value of 0 or 1. Okay. Let's see if this is doing anything. I'm not seeing this. Let me make sure I spelled this correctly. Light position. I'm pretty sure, but let me just copy and paste because I don't trust myself. It's gonna recompile, but it should be fine. Let's see if this works at all. So, yeah, I'm still not seeing nothing here. Set global vector. Am I wrong? Is it me or is it the kids? No, it can't be me. It must be the children. The children are wrong. Okay, we might have to set that property here, actually. Actually, you shouldn't have to, but I'm just going to do this just to cover my bases to see if that's what's going on here. I don't do this in our own lighting pipeline, but right now, I'd rather be sure. Oh, now it's working. I think I just had to recompile it. Okay, never mind. It just didn't recompile the way I thought it would. Cool. So I make the 0. Cool. And as I move this position of this light source, we're getting a different value here. Beautiful. Beautiful. So now we're getting the position in our shader for this light source. Now we can start doing some magic here. Cool. So while this is running, let's do some stuff. Let's get funky with this. So we now have the position of our light source. So we need to find 2 critical pieces of information. Is this facing the light source? And then do stuff with that. And then what is the distance from this light source? So distance is easy. That's just going to be the position of this fragment to the light source. But if we look at this V2F, which is going to be our main source of inputs, I don't see anything here for world position. So we're gonna have to modify and extend our little V2F structure to also have that data. So we're gonna make a new variable. They have a built-in one. You can just call it position. And we're gonna store our world space position there. And over here, we're gonna do O.position. Is going to be equal to unity. I believe you can just do unity object to world. The vertex we're dealing with here is initially an object position. So now we just need to change it to be from object space to world space. That's yeah, it's just so simple. So easy, dude. It's just world object space to world space. We're not going to go into it. Just know there's a thing called object space. It exists. Unity object to world. That's a vector. And that's for normals. Yeah, so we're gonna have to do a matrix multiplication, I think, actually. So we're gonna multiply this matrix that converts object space to world space. We're gonna take our v.vertex, I believe. And I believe it's a float 4, but the 4th value is 0, so we have to make that 1 for matrix multiplication reasons. So we're gonna do xyz float 4, and then make the w component 1. And now we should have a position to work with. We also need a normal as well. So we're going to add another variable here. I believe float 4 also has that. If I'm not mistaken. If not, I could just make another text chord and just shove that there. I'm pretty sure there's a thing for that. And then our input for app data is going to be a float as well, or a float for normal. I'm pretty sure this should have a default normal there, if I'm not mistaken. If not, you might have to use the app data full. What's up, Ishmael, bro? Do something very similar in Blender? No. Yeah, shaders are a very universal idea. So Blender has shaders, and they do the similar kind of thing. They just use different languages or even like a node graph thing to do this kind of effect. Nah, no sleep, Anuska. For 3D models and Unity for actual games. Yeah, but shader language is what defines like how we're going to do the displaying of stuff. So Blender has its own materials and shaders, and Unity has its own definition for this kind of stuff, and sometimes they can translate, sometimes they don't. So I danced a little bit. I'm glad you danced a little bit. Yeah, using Ubuntu T-Money, baby. Why don't you use shader graph? Because I think shader graph is kind of limited in what you can do, and for like writing your own lighting model, it's easier to use this. It's easier to port this across different code bases, and it's a lot more succinct than shader graph. Shader graph gets messy very quickly and very easily. I know it has a node for HLSL stuff, but there's some like behavior nice behavior and organization you can get here that you just can't get through that. So normal, I always forget this, so I'm pretty sure I'm doing something wrong here. Yeah, scale to normal, no, I just want normal. I might have to do app data underscore full, but that's a different thing. Guys, we might have to consult Shutter's Google, because actually either that or look at my own code base for how to get this. In fact, I'll just do that real quick. Let me go to my code. 1 second, guys. There's a little. Hey, this is an impromptu thing, all right? So it's gonna be a little scuffed. Just work with me, okay? Just work with me. I don't know everything. Sometimes you have to look it up. It's okay. It happens. Happens to the best people. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. And let me go in Vim and open up, I don't know which one, I believe Cozy, not unlit, Cozy, I guess just Cozy Surface should have that stuff. Okay, what do we have here? App data. I am right. Normal for the app data. That's a known thing. And yeah, the world normal is just a text chord. Oh my goodness, I'm not as bad as I thought. I was right. I could just do normal, and I can just do a text chord for this, and oh my goodness, guys. Oh my, big brain. Anyways. So we're going to set this normal, which is just getting the surface for the fragment we're drawing. And we're going to just do Unity object to world normal. And then v.normal. And that should just work. And that's a float 3. This is a float 4. I can change that to float 3. Not a big deal. And now, in this eye, we have the position of the light and the normal. So we can do I dot normal. We can also get I dot position, and everything is happy. So we're gonna do the first thing here. what we're gonna do is return, remember that lerp thing? Yeah, we're gonna do lerp. Well, first let's get the direction, right? So we're gonna do float 3, and this is gonna be, we have the normal of the surface. So this object, let's say we're rendering this object, we have this direction of which way this surface is pointing. Now we just need to get the direction the light is pointing towards the object. And this should be pretty simple. First, and we're gonna call this light direction. It's gonna be equal to the final minus initial. In this case, the final is light position, or the final is gonna be I dot position. Yeah, because we're going from here to here. Minus light position. So that's going to get the direction, but it's going to be a big magnitude. It's not normalized. So we need to normalize it as well to make sure it's only a value of between 0 and 1. That's important for the dot product we're going to do. So now we have our light direction. So now what we're going to do is return lerp. And our starting point is going to be 0. Ending point is going to be 1. You can think about it as a color, a black color. So a float 4 of 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, which is shadow, darkness. And then a light color of 1, 1, 1, 1. So these are starting points, black, white, and we're going to use the dot product of our light direction, or our normal, with our light direction. So if they're against each other, if the surface is facing the sun and the sun is facing it, if it's negative, we actually want that to be a value of 1. And if they're facing away, it's going to be a value, the dot product is going to give us a value of 1. But we want it to be 0. That should be shadow if they're facing away. So we're going to have to like invert this in some way. Let's just first take a look at what this produces as is. And then go from there. So we're gonna get rid of this because that's no longer needed. And now we're gonna refresh our shader. Ooh, shader error. Why is there a shader error here? Oh, duplicate? What's a duplicate here? Oh, you don't like that I'm using position? Okay, I could change that. That's not a big deal. I guess it's an occupied name. And just to change this to be world position. And that should go away now. Leave me alone. Okay, fine. Text chord 0 or 1. Okay, there we go. So let's look at this now. And we're gonna move this cube around. So it's kind of looking like the opposite of what we wanted, right? It almost looks like an eyeball, actually. So the closer it is, the darker, or not closer, but the side of the sphere that's facing it are black, and the sides that are facing away from it are white. That's kind of the opposite of what we want. So we need to invert this. Looks like Unity, yeah. This makes no sense. It's just a form of addiction and masochism. None of it's necessary. Just, are you talking about the CRT 5 shorts? Or are you talking about Ubuntu? I'm not sure what you're talking about, man. Not just Coco, well, Brownie laughing. Supposed to go teach in 4 hours, but I'm engrossed with this. Well, I mean, that's unfortunate for you, Octane, but hopefully this is educational. I hope you're enjoying this at least, and there's some edifying. Shorts, without programming, there would be no games to pit on the computer. That's true. Is that computer? It's peak, that's what it is. Probably in high school, but I only really started after I graduated and got a job. No singing. We're gonna get this thing rendering. So cool. So, what are we gonna do here? So, as we mentioned earlier, a dot product gives you a value between -1 and 1 inclusive. But what we're trying to do, the final result we want for this, for this lerp, is that when it's -1, that means they're facing each other. It means it should be lit. We want the value to be 1. And likewise, when the value is 1, that means they're facing away from each other. They're in parallel. Facing away. Not parallel, but they're facing away from each other. Which means we shouldn't be rendering it. That means it should be 0. So we're going to have to flip this so that a -1 becomes a 1 and a 1 becomes a -1. We also have to squash it. So we're going to do what we did before. We're going to multiply this by a -0.5, and then we're going to add 0.5 to squash the range, or to move it up to be correct within 0 to 1. So this squashes it from -1 to 1 to be 0.5 to -0.5, and then this 0.5 plus 0.5 shifts it up, so it goes from -0.5 to 0.5 to 0 to 1. And if we do that change, and we go back here, and we refresh our shader, oh my goodness, guys, it's lit now. It's behaving like an actual normal lit object. And all of a sudden, we have our own lighting model that isn't using Unity's lighting model at all. It's our own custom thing. And it works pretty dang well, if I don't say so myself. And the rest is pretty simple, right? If you want to add color to this, we just have to add another variable, which is over here. We can do float 3 light color. We're going to multiply this output by that, so we can do light color times this lerp. And of course, we have to make it a float 4. And in our C# class, oh my goodness, we're gonna have to do something crazy, dude. We have to make a public variable called color. And we just have to pass it in there as a variable. So shader set global. It could be vector, or there's also color as well. Either one works. This will be called light color instead. And instead of transform position, we pass in that variable we just made, light color. And now if we allow this to recompile and reload, and we go here, now this cube's all black. And I'm sorry, I thought I made you a public variable, dude. You should be serialized. What's going on here? Is nothing compiling by default? Is that what they're doing here? Unity. Why is that your default option? Do I have to actually go into shader? Am I actually have to go into the script and reload it manually? Because I don't want to have to go through settings and make this happen. Yeah, recompile the domain. Jolly Jane just misunderstood. Yeah, joined when you were in the shader script, and it was like, the fucking type of C# is this? Yeah, HLSL. It looks very weird, man. Yeah, now I have to re-import the C# script for it to actually recompile the domain. I guess Unity just set the I usually have it to auto reload, so I guess when I switch from my personal project to this, it does that. But now if I change, if we go into play mode too while we're at it, and I start modifying this variable, we're gonna see the light model change. So if I start doing this, oh my goodness, it's a different light color. Now it looks like we're just changing the color of the sphere, but you can add like a texture to this, and you'll see the texture also be lit accordingly. So if I grab like, I don't know, can I make a texture? Does Unity have textures here? No, nothing. I really don't want to have to navigate through this. I don't even know where this project is located. Okay, one second. Let me just download something and chuck it in here. Grass.png. Okay, I'm gonna just... Please tell me that works. Dang it, Bobby. I'm just trying to get some grass in here. Oh my goodness. Kill me. Tear me apart, Lisa. You're tearing me apart. Anyways, you get the idea. Mission accomplished. Nobody's gonna know. It's very cryptic. But that's the great part. Wait, what a green ball. Why are you interested in... Oh my goodness. Get out of here. Oh man, I hate it when they don't allow me to bring in my grass. Yeah, dude, don't you hate it? See, this is what Big Brother was all about. It's about stopping the little guy from getting their grass in their game. I just want to have my grass.jpg. Okay, we're just gonna do... Where is this? Show open containing folder. Where are we in? Where do we exist right now? What? Home, the heart, projects, examples, example space. Okay. That's where we live? Okay. I just go to Unity and I don't know. Or Sprite, and we're gonna make it a little simple texture. We're gonna make, if they won't give us our grass, we'll make it ourselves, okay? Okay, that's a very messed up grass. Whatever. Maybe a little contrast here and there. Just salt and pepper this up a little bit. Okay, cool. Let's save this as a PNG. Okay. I believe it should be in projects, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go. Cool. So projects, examples, scene, I believe it said. Unless it's lying to me. And I feel like they're lying to me. Unless I just misread this learning moment. Examples. Example space. Here we go. Assets. Grass.png. Okay. And then we have our grass.png. Here we go. I can slap that bad boy on there. Open up our material. Slap the grass in here. And then let's also modify our shader so it actually uses the grass texture instead of our own color. So it's gonna be a little bit jank, but it's okay. It's fine. Texture color is gonna equal to text 2D, main text, and then i.uv, and then we're gonna multiply this as well. Or you can set this to be texture color. Instead of white, it's gonna be texture color. And then, of course, refresh. And then if I bring this cube down here, moment of truth, we're either a genius or a buster. Oh, we're a buster. We're so busted, dude. We busted out. What's going on here? Oh, because you're not using our... I accidentally made a new material. My bad. Or did I? Yeah, I did. Toss that bad boy back in there. Okay. Yeah, you're selecting grass now. Okay. Now we're just not getting anything. We busted out. Fresh. You can't be doing this to me. Alright, what's going on here? What's going on here? Main text, that's a correct thing we have here. I feel like I'm right. And they're trying to gaslight me into thinking I'm wrong. But I know I'm right. That's the thing. So, this is either one of these is the problem. I can't be the problem. I'm perfect. I'm the greatest. I make no mistakes. I know everything, dude. I'm flawless. I can't be the problem. It must be the children. Alright, we're gonna just press play again. To use assets in 3D software, games, or what? I'm just showing how to make your own lighting model that doesn't use Unity's lighting model. Because it gives you a lot more freedom to make your own, give your game its own distinct look. Oh, I forgot the light and color has to be actually, okay. So I wasn't wrong, but I was also kind of wrong. I have to make the light actually a color. Okay, here we go. So now I can move this around, and we made our own like lighting model, guys. I mean, a very simple one, but it's our own. Look at that. And if we change the color, you're gonna see it's not just painting the sphere red, it's actually like being complemented by the base texture. So there's like a factoring that happens there. And there you have it, guys. We have our own lighting model that doesn't use any Unity components or any of Unity's default components and lets us modify and do weird stuff. You can do a lot of weird, wacky things with this. You could like, I'm gonna simplify this a little bit. I'm gonna make a variable called P and move this in here. And we go back in here and refresh. It should be the same. Yeah. So you can do stuff like you can round if you want to, and that's gonna give you weird but cool results. And then, so now all of a sudden, okay, now we have a very tight light. It doesn't just diffuse, but it actually does diffusion at a different rate. Or you can make it be multiplied instead by something, some other factor, and then clamp. Like, it gives you a lot more freedoms in terms of what you can do with this. So this is going to produce a similar result, I believe. Or not. Of wildly different results. Is this doing the thing? I forgot which one's which orientation. If it's like min, max, and then the value, or the other way around. I always get it mixed up with clamp. Either way though, you see the idea. You have a lot of freedom in terms of how you do your rendering or your lighting. And you can do a bunch of other stuff like your own fog. It's pretty rad. Yeah, so here it's like very much more wider. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah. So there you go, guys. There you have it. Your own lighting model for your own amusement and fun and education and whatever you wish to do with it. And this is kind of similar to what I did for Messy Mansion. The way we do stuff. Definitely much more complicated than this. And keep in mind, this is just like shadows for the object on itself. Cast shadows is a whole different beast. That's a whole different thing, but you can do a lot just with this, man. You can do a lot just with this. White Paul, I see what you did there. Do knowledge is power. Let's go, Fig. I'm not sure you're talking to me, but no one-letter variables? I know, we actually wrote stuff down. For shaders, it's pretty common. Anime shader. Oh yeah, for like an anime type thing, yeah. I mean, even anime shaders, there's actually different restrictions with normals you can do to kind of like simplify things more. But like here, because you have this whole lighting model at your disposal, you can do whatever you want. If you want to process the normals differently, you can do it here. You can change how you composite the light color with this. You have so much power, dude. So much power. CRT guy. Yes, I am CRT guy. I'm here for your education and amusement. I'm probably like professionally 5 years, 6 years, something like that. Anyways, I'm gonna close this down. We've been on for like 3 hours. It's a good amount of time. We got some work done. Let me show you. I don't know if you're still here. I'm not sure if you're still here, RL. I'm trying to find you real quick. 1 second. But I know someone wanted to see the doors we make. And for the people who are here, like new, let me show you the actual game we're making. And we can just show off the cool thing we did today. Minor, but still, I think kind of important. Alright, and let's load up the hub world, and then I'll show off the work we did today. And yeah, I'll probably answer any remaining questions and then call it a night, I guess. Let's see though. Let me show you. This is Messy Mansion. And hopefully we should have by the way, we have a Discord if you want to be part of the playtest or just see or ask questions. It's all available. I'm usually pretty available over there. But yeah, this is the game. Can you please go back into where you belong? My goodness, I didn't mean to do this. Okay, let's just resize you. And then I guess this is how we're gonna be doing stuff. Okay, so this is the game, Messy Mansion. And we've been doing a bunch of stuff, like setting up this hub world this week. I did the white box for this right now, or not right now, but this week earlier. And then been doing this whole fog compositing thing, because you may not notice it, but there's this fog. But there's things like the door that shouldn't be subject to the fog, so that you don't miss it by accident. Even when you're far away, you can still see that the door is there. And we also fixed transitions, so you can actually walk to the door, it opens up, which is super cool. We did that today. And then it transitions to the appropriate levels. And then you can go back from this level to the hub world and it just works. Like Todd Howard said, it just works. It just works. So yeah, now we just need to implement the rest of this report card for level progress so that the playtest actually looks good. I can't get over how cool this looks, that the door opens like that. Like it just looks so freaking cool to me, dude. I can't get over it. But yeah, so a lot of stuff done, but still plenty more to do. And hopefully you guys learned a bit more about shaders today, because I think they're super fun and cool, and it's a very easy way to start doing some graphics programming. It's the funnest thing. It's super easy to just do stuff with it. Gonna sleep now. Okay, see ya, Anuska. You have a good one, alright? Yeah, I'll catch you guys later. So yeah, guys, I think we did a lot for today. Hopefully you enjoyed. And if there's no other questions for this little lesson we did, I think I'll call stream over now. So if there's nothing else, see you guys until next time. Until then, stay